starting the recording. We're started. He started.
We're, we're live.
Ah, ah, ah. Ak, ak, ak. We live,
We're live.
baby.
Vanguard rides again. Welcome back to Adventures in Bad Taste. This is episode 8, right? Episode 8?
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Episode 8. The man on top of my head.
I'm not above you, bro.
Oh, well, from my point of view, he's above me. The man beside me, we'll say beside me, my co-host today is the illustrious man machine, Raytron123, wearing the Gundam hoodie. His like favorite hoodie of all time.
Bro,
Yeah.
I honestly, genuinely love this thing because it's nice for the rain. Because, normal hoodies, they have a hood, so if you got caught in the rain, you can put your hood on. But they're fabric. They kind of suck. I don't want to be in the rain in them bitches, bro. But this is more like a windbreaker material. So, yeah, like when I'm in the rain, I actually feel shielded from the rain. Also, this shit just look good. Like, you can't see the back, but it got my boy RX72.
Show him the back. Just show him the back.
You want to just get up?
Just show him the back.
Gotta move everything. I just destroyed everything just to do this.
Just show him the back. Wait, go down a little bit. A little lower.
Yeah. I destroyed everything in my vicinity.
That's what I know. Have you isn't that annoying how you'll lightly move and everything just starts dropping around you?
Well, that's because I did it to myself. Like, as you know, I basically boxed myself in. Like, this is a wall behind me. My desk is here. Like, I am stuck.
I remember I saw this meme. It was like some guy from Game of Thrones jumping off a balcony, and the meme said, "When you enter the shower and that one bottle of shampoo," and you just see it drop off the balcony. I was like, that's true. Shit will just drop out of nowhere. Like, have you noticed that? It would just be weird. You're minding your business, something just goes.
I try to anticipate it though. So like, I will notice it. I'll put something. I'll look at it. I'll see it move slightly. I was like, nah, moving it again.
Yo, remember those times when I'd be in when I was in turn to Porky Pig for a second. I was in your house and you'd see me those moments when something would try to drop. And I was like, I thought you were slick. I caught you.
But also, you also be putting things on the very edge of the table. I'd literally just be taking it and moving it to the center. It's like, there's a whole table, bro. You really do just be like balancing shit.
You never played corners?
Nah, you playing with your life there, buddy boy.
But
you asking the neck demon to come and just
did you the neck demon? that's a classic. The neck monster. Man, that was we really. I was just talking to some people at work about how we would take jokes because they're like, "Oh, you're supposed to let a joke die." I'll tell them, "No, no." I think you're supposed to take a joke, you drive it to the point of absurdity, and then you keep going. Because like it just becomes insane. And I was telling them how we had how that's how our jokes would go. Like we had jokes that would go on for 3-4 years. We had the skunk joke where he turned out to be one of us from the future or some shit.
The skunk. See,
it just kept going.
It's just if you're gonna do it the exact same way, yeah, you gonna let it die. But like the jokes evolved. Like before, we were just like, oh, that's neck, like the damn, that's some BS, right? And then we were like, nah. There's some higher being that is making this happen. He's like, bro, you keep playing, that neck monster gonna come for you, bro.
And then I remember I was the fucking acolyte. I was one of his fucking acolytes or some shit. That was funny.
It was really goofy. We really did take it to the next level. I remember when we stopped saying it. TV. Honestly, it wasn't even like dead. Like it just
faded away eventually. Eventually, it faded.
Lexicon. We just forgot about it.
I mean, I still say neck sometimes.
Yeah, but the neck monster, he retired.
Yeah, the last time I thought of the neck monster, it wasn't that while ago. It was like a few months ago, actually, where I was like, when I wanted to make that metal music, I wanted one of the metal music to be called something like the neck monster. The neck monster cannot be killed. That's what I want the song to be called. And it's just, the neck monster cannot be killed. And like the song is treating the neck monster as if he's like this Cthulhu-esque creature. And there'd be no context. So people listening to the song, they don't know that I'm just talking about some childhood joke. They don't realize that this is just me writing a metal song about a childhood joke. They'll think I'm writing like some horror themed.
Now they do. You ruined it. You ruined it.
I just thought that would be funny. Like, there's this monster just causing discord in people's lives, and they're just like, "Wow, this song is so deep," and like it was actually based on a childhood joke. They're like, "Oh, I thought it was like a monster." Nah, it is, but also no.
It's like the boogeyman. It's like you just made it
Yeah,
up. But
yeah, like the
so what we getting into today? What's
So we
happening?
have a whole slew of topics here. Yeah. But before we begin, I want to ask you about something. But we have a whole slew of topics here. We have, has hookup culture finally ended? Are we in the end? The what's the word I'm looking for? Not the dawn. The set. Has the sun set on hookup culture? There we go. Is protesting worth it? You have that, and then the Twitter pay for play scandal. You have that going on. There's like a whole lot of interesting meaty bits there as I was researching that. And then that's those are the main topics we have for today.
All
But
right.
before we begin,
So for the first thing, no, I'm joking.
before we begin though, did you see me talking about the amnesty thing that they were talking about? Or I think I shared the article in one of our discords. Anyway,
Amnesty.
the there's a COVID that they're asking for COVID amnesty. Basically, I was reading. I
Oh
read.
yeah,
I
yeah, 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 yeah. I read. I started reading it and then I stopped reading it. I was like, I don't care. I don't care
that
enough.
was first of all, no one even like. She kind of was creating a problem for herself out of nothing.
Bro, that's why I stopped reading it because I was reading it and she was like, "Oh man, our family used to do this, that, and the third, and none of us caught COVID." And maybe I was like, you know what? I can tell that this whoever wrote this lives in her head. She live
Yeah,
in her head, bro.
it was very goofy, man. It was so goofy. Like she talks about how she like yelled at somebody or something and gave them trouble, and she's like, it was just funny because she's like, we gotta forgive and then move past, which is true, I guess, forgive and move past. But it's funny that she says that when look at Donald Trump. They were talking about that motherfucker for like a whole 2 years. This was like after he'd already, he's removed from office. He's not in office anymore. He's gone. They still talking about the motherfucker, trying to impeach his ass. Where's forgive and forget then?
It's I don't know because like I said, I didn't finish the article, but I could tell it's like, yo, this is a person who, like I said, she lives. They live in their own head. So whatever rules and regulations, like facts, did not matter to that person. Like
Nope.
they were going to rationalize anything away, because if she was out here acting a certain way, it wasn't because she was acting away. It was because these things in place made them act this way, and now she is seeking forgiveness. And even if you don't forgive her, well, you're the problem because you didn't forget. I was like, you know what? I don't feel like reading all that. Cause look,
Yes,
man.
I get that feeling. Sometimes yeah,
Cause
like
like,
especially with YouTube videos. Sometimes I
I
just feel
YouTube
good.
videos don't get started. But I was like, yo, look, man, it's not worth reading. It's not worth it. And it's just like, it's just so crazy that you would act that way, and then be like, well, it's because they were making it seem like it was such a big deal. I was like, no, 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 no.
Like
They were
she
making it
kept
seem
saying,
like such a big deal, right? But I still wasn't going around yelling and cursing at people for not wearing a mask. Like, look, I was like, yo, bro, could you wear a mask? Like, like, come on, like, do, like, like
I
you
don't
could
remember
talk to
you
people like
bothering.
humans, but
Yeah,
no, it was
I don't
so.
remember you. Yeah, I
Go
don't
on.
remember you bothering anyone
I didn't
about
bother
wearing.
anybody, bro.
You
I
didn't.
I
You were
didn't.
vaccinated. You didn't try to preach it to anybody or get anybody to become vaccinated too. You were just vaccinated, and that was that.
Yeah, I wore my mask when I had to wear my mask. I did what I had to do, and if someone really didn't want to do it, I was like, "Yeah, it's not my business, bro."
Yeah, yeah. That reminds me of one of our. Well, he's not your friend, and I guess he wasn't my friend either. He was your friend, but then you became bitter enemies on some Harry
No,
Osborn and Peter Parker
we're
shit.
not enemies. That would imply that I like have some
when you
sort of
were
like
when
animosity
you
toward this person
when you were in the same vicinity, you became enemies. That's what I'm saying.
because he became my enemy. He was trying to, like
That
like
shit was so funny.
like I
It was
couldn't
like
exist without this person trying to just
like to say
try. He was
to
like
say it was like oil
encroaching.
and water. To say it was like oil and water is an understatement. It was more like Mentos and Coke. Like it was just an
It was very
explosive reaction.
volatile. I think.
Volatile,
Yeah.
volatile. But I mean, it happened to me too. He managed to get He
All I'm
managed to
saying
get.
is, you thought I was crazy. You were like, he's not that bad. I was like, yo, bro. And then it
No, it's
happened to you
hilarious.
too. And I was like, that's all I'm saying, bro.
No, it's hilarious though because he did it to the most calm people. The people in our group who have the most. I don't want to say self control, but like the most like indestructible. like I'm known for being very hard headed. Like my mind, you just can't really shoot down. I'm like, if I believe something, that's it. Just
Yeah,
leave me
yeah.
alone. Like he managed to get in my head. Well, not my head, but he managed to piss me off in a period where it was very hard to piss me off. Like you saw, there was just no pissing me off in that time in my life. I was very zen, right? And then he did the same thing. He didn't piss him off. He got in the man's head and demoralized him.
No,
Remember?
he definitely pissed him off. That guy was pissed off. There's
But
no other
yeah,
word for that. He was pissed off. And
nah,
I
it
was
was
like,
worse
I
than
kept
being
telling
pissed
you,
off.
stop inviting places, but
It was worse than being pissed off,
what
man.
is
He
this?
destroyed his mind. Like that's
Honestly,
crazy.
bro, we could probably go back and graph my man's descent, and we could trace the origins back to that night.
Back to that moment. Yep. But anyways, yeah, I remember he got into an argument with the same guy who he demoralized. We'll just call him Rep. Don't want to put his actual name out there. So yeah, him and Rep got into a whole argument because Rep didn't want to wear a mask, and he's like, "Oh, my mom could get COVID. Like you could infect me and give my mom
He wasn't even
COVID."
wearing a mask either, though.
Exactly, and he was talking to people all the time out there,
Man, fuck
talking to
that. He was out here dapping up homeless niggas. The fuck?
Exactly. That's what I pointed out to him. I was like, you're being very hypocritical, my dude. And I remember EJ was there too, and he was agreeing. He's like, yeah, you're being mad hypocritical. It's like, what you're saying is making. I was like, if you cared so much about your fucking mom, and I sound like an asshole when I said this, but it needed to be said. If you cared so much about your fucking mom, you wouldn't even be out here, buddy. It's like you'd be home. You'd be home. You would not be out here testing the fucking virus.
Bro, many people did that. Many people tested the thing.
Yeah.
Many people lost. A lot more. A lot of people won, but many people lost.
Some people would get sick, but the vast majority
just get sick. Bro,
well, see,
the amount of Twitter posts where it's like, yeah, virus can't catch me. Please keep me in your thoughts and prayers. This thing is real. I'm sorry. Then the very next tweet. And then it was like, this person has passed away.
Bro.
I was like, oh my God.
Remember the thing we used to do? We had two of them. We had the one of Superman, but the best one was the fucking. Remember we had the Thanos one with him in the casket. So just like this virus can't catch me. Ding. You see Thanos.
Bro,
That one was.
I won't
so
lie.
good.
I really thought those were kind of really funny because it was like so adamantly bashing the virus and saying, "Man, this is all a hoax." And then the second they got sick, they were just like, "I am sorry. I'm so sorry." And they were like the biggest bitches when they were sick, bro. They were like, "Oh my God!" Like my dad. My dad's the biggest bitch when he's sick, bro. Oh my God. He's sitting there like, oh.
But the thing is, like, I mean, most of the people getting affected obviously were old people, people with pre-existing conditions, weak immune systems, that kind of thing. But yes, few young people caught it, few healthy people caught it, but not that much. But it still doesn't mean like I wasn't stupid. No, actually, no, I'm lying. I was doing stupid shit out there because remember at the height of COVID, I was random people. I remember I was just thinking about this the other day. I think about it all the time, actually. Every once in a while, I'm just like, you was out there just kissing people you didn't know at the height of a pandemic.
That's all you, bro.
It's like you were just doing it. I was thinking in my head, I was like, what if I got sick? I was like, what if I got? Imagine getting sick and then dying or some shit. Like I doubt it.
But that's what was happening to people, and that's why people was like, "Yo, bro, you really making a joke out of this shit?" Like people were getting sick and dying. You know,
but let's say,
even if it's not as many as they said, like even if it wasn't as many as they said, people were getting sick and dying.
Yeah.
And
but like imagine,
come on, like honestly, a lot of times like viruses and like things that are like spread, it's like we could have contained it if everyone kind of just relaxed for like 5 minutes, but no one wants to relax for 5 minutes because they're like, who are you to tell me to relax? And then it becomes this thing, and it's like.
Well, it was the way they did it too, because people were already kind of relaxed, and then you start locking people down. Like the moment COVID existed, there were people who were not trying to fuck with it. Like first of all, I remember talking to someone about this. You already have the people who live their whole lives like there's a pandemic. You see them all the time with their mask and their gloves on. I've seen those fucking people. Their phones in the plastic. Those people exist. They just live that way. So those people are always gonna be like, oh, new pandemic. They was gonna start putting on face shields and armor and shit to protect them.
It was like a party for them. They're like, I've been preparing for this. Ah.
But then you have normal people also are not going to be, risking it, as we saw. Many of your friends were like trying to follow the rules, and many people I know were trying to do the same thing. But of course, you'd have your few bad actors, but the vast majority of people are not going to act crazy. But then when you start trying to force people to do things and they can't work no more, then people are going to get pissed.
Yeah.
They're going to get pissed. Yeah.
Yeah. But this got nothing to do with anything we were talking about.
No, well, I just wanted to get into like general topics and the amnesty thing. Well, actually, one more thing before we move on to the actual stuff. Have you seen what's going on with Kyrie fucking Irving?
No.
Damn,
I saw that you posted that he got like nerfed.
Yeah, they sticking that boy for his paper now. He fucked up.
Well, look, man, I need rich people to really hear me when I say this. You is not a private citizen no more, bro. You are a public figure.
Yes.
You are a public figure. Your thoughts and opinions are not your own.
Yep.
And
I spoke about that yesterday. You can think
about it all you want. Like you can be like, I can say whatever I want. All right, go ahead. But this paper, this cheddar, it go away. And then they're like, actually, it's literally the same thing where it's like, man, no one can do shit to me. Then they fuck with their paper. It's like, I apologize. I have said some really atrocious things.
That's what I said.
Believe I would ever say. I was like, yo, bro.
Yeah, that's the part where he fucked up. I think is the apologizing. He shouldn't have done it. But that's what I said yesterday. I was like, when you become that level of famous, you're no longer a person. You're now an avatar. You're just this avatar of ideas and things.
Bro,
and stuff.
You're not Kyrie. You are Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
You are not.
You're Kyrie Irving TM.
Yeah. Like, that guy's not LeBron. That is LeBron James. Like, the whole thing is now it's like a title stamp.
Exactly. That's what the point that I remember Cat Williams was talking about this. He was like saying that Will Smith was a product. And he was like, the things that are happening to Will Smith, he's like, you got to wake up and be smart. These things are planned. It's like, there must have been something, either he pissed someone off or something happened. And that's why they started the descent of his career. He was like,
these things. I was telling you, I was like, yo, this man did nothing wrong ever in his life. And then all of a sudden, negative press. I was like, yo, this is he was like the pinnacle of society, bro. He was everyone's favorite black man. And now
Yeah, Cat Williams' point was like, this stuff doesn't just happen. And Cat Williams was like, you get like, trust me, I live. He's like, I live in the business world. These things don't just happen. And he's right. He's been doing comedy for years. Like, he's probably telling the truth. And when you see a lot of candid interviews about this, they talk about this kind of stuff. These things, a person's image is heavily controlled and marketed. And if you want to get really deep into it, into like the sort of racial and hotep element, no black man is allowed to stand tall for too long. They got to knock him down a few pegs after a while.
You want to know what's wild? I actually was thinking something kind of like that when I was watching a movie, and like when you watch a movie, there are trailers. They had my boy Luke Cage. I don't remember the movie. I think it's called Blame, but he was just like there in handcuffs. Everyone else, like a plane crash, he's there in handcuffs. And I was like, so you go from playing Luke Cage, the freest nigga on the block, to being some guy on handcuffs who is only freed by this white man because he needs you right now? Nah.
Yeah. I mean, even the character of Luke Cage in itself has a lot of controversy.
Yes.
Like, the guy, Dwayne McDuffie, who made Static Shock, and Static Shock's dad in the show, he's actually modeled after Dwayne McDuffie, the creator. Like, they literally made him look like the creator. But anyways, Dwayne McDuffie hated Luke Cage because he's like, the fact that this character that's supposed to be this black icon walks around willingly in chains. He has chains around him.
Yeah.
He speaks in exaggerated slang, and he was a fucking convict who freed himself from prison. He was like, it just pissed him off. Like, it just really bothered him.
Yeah, so I will talk about stuff like that, and they be like, like non-black people will be like, I don't know what you're talking about. It seems like it's pretty good. I was like,
yeah. I mean, I love fucking Luke Cage. I think he's a cool, really cool character. But I
There
will
are
admit,
things that are like good about
yeah,
it, you know, like good
yeah.
things have come from it.
No, I think the character in itself, like I actually think the original Luke Cage with the exaggerated
You're
slang
wrong.
and all, and his rage
You're
problems were
wrong.
fucking awesome.
You're wrong.
It's
It's
awesome.
okay.
But I also think Shaft is awesome, and apparently he's a misogynistic wet dream. That's what they say.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. But anyways, guess we'll move on to the topic and stop boring people with our random musings, right?
Yeah, it's been 20
So
minutes.
hookup culture. You think we're reaching the end of hookup culture? You think hookup culture is dying?
Honestly, I was. It's weird because like I think it's just like we've come full circle now, where like it was like a certain type of person didn't want this, and then it hit the boiling point where there's like, can't I just get this? And you know, like the apps come out where it's like, oh, it's just like it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. It's like you just go picking people, bro. You just get
Yep.
whatever you want whenever you want it, right? And now they kind of don't want that anymore because you know it's so available, and now they want something else. They want the thing that's not as readily available, right? So I feel
Yeah.
like it's going to hit the point where it's going to die down, right? It's going to die down. People aren't going to be like so ready to just do that thing. They're going to go back into doing like the fake relationship shit, and then they're going to get tired of it. It's like, oh, I got to do all this just to get some dick, bro, and then we're going to just start the cycle again. You know, just going to do it over and over again.
I mean, I think my whole view on it, I don't think hookup culture is dead at all. I think it's kind of in hibernation, but not really. I think it's hiding, like it's hiding under the snow. I think people want to pretend they're not into hookup culture anymore, but they actually are, and they still do their sneaky links. They do their sneaky links, but at the same time, I want like there was a girl, there's a girl at my job who was talking about this. She said her friend on Instagram be posting these stories like she's city girls are up, and she was like, but in her private friends, she's posting with how she wants a relationship and this and that. So it's like,
Yeah, no. That happens all the time. That
yeah,
happens all the time. Because, you know, so like social media is just very much fabricated. Like you only post in the things you want people to see, right? So if you want someone to be like, think you're like up, that's all they're gonna see. But you know, like then you have your close stories. Like so many close stories I've seen, they're just like, damn, I'm kind of sad.
I
And
hate life. Yeah,
it's like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
like I
Bro, I
remember the
literally deleted all the real people off my social. I didn't care. I was like, if you're a regular account, I'm not following you, bro. I don't want to follow you.
yeah, because why do that, right? It's like if you follow regular people, they're all just complaining and being outraged because someone told them to be outraged. If you follow content that is just content, like good content. It's just gonna make you happy. Like when I scroll through my Instagram and I see niggas doing kick flips and stuff, and they're skating and being all fucking awesome. I'm just like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
so
yeah.
hookup culture in general, like it. Look, like I said, I think it's gonna like go under the sheets for a bit and then rear its ugly head right back. And it's not like hookups never happened before, right? It just wasn't so easily accessible. Like there wasn't just an app where I can literally just get something delivered, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Probably when summer comes back,
summer comes
hookups are gonna
back.
be back in fashion again. When we reach summer again, and everyone's gonna be hooking up. Or oh man, another good one,
Nah,
probably
bro.
New Year's. New Year's when that the January comes,
True, true.
2023. Oh my God,
New
hookups are
year,
probably gonna
new me.
skyrocket. Yeah,
And then you know there's always a. It's like I don't know how to explain it. There's always just gonna be like that. I'm gonna say generation. There's always gonna be that generation of people who are just willing and ready to do that thing right now. Like,
yeah.
cause you know it's just always cascading. Like, so like from the ages of like 18 to 25, you're all just horny as crazy. You're just all horny as fuck. Y'all all trying to fuck. Like it's true. It's just a fact.
We witnessed that the other day.
Like it's all you really want. So for those people from those ages, we'll be doing that shit, and then like it might not even be like hookup culture is dying. It's just like we're not part of it anymore because we aged out. We're our generation is it was like yeah all right we calming down a little bit. You know,
I mean, that's if you date people your age. If you
that is
date under,
if
probably
you
gonna be
are
right.
constantly hanging out with people who are in those age ranges, the younger ones, right? You might find out what they're doing. You might find out what new apps they're on. Cause like, bro, they're not on the same apps. Like the reason
They're not.
Tinder is dying or like isn't as popular is because like people just aren't on it anymore.
I can't do these new apps though. These new apps are just so fucking weird. It'd be like, it'll be like I don't know. It'll be something like the Pinner app. And you're like, what is Pinner? And you look, it's like you just pin something you like, and other people pin to it as well, and that's how you match. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is this? I just don't get it.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
like,
get
no,
it.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, they're really weird. But like, you're always gonna be behind. It's like, bro, there's so much new shit happening all the time. Like,
Yes, makes me feel like an old man.
I don't even feel old. I'm just like, yeah, there's because even when you were younger, there was a bunch of shit you just didn't know, right? But you didn't care about that. You're like, ah, those are old people shit. I don't care. But now you're like, damn, the young people got something new, and I don't know about it, and you're just like,
See, but
fuck.
I feel like it happens so much faster now. Like I feel like things just pop up,
That's
disappear, pop
exactly
up.
how your mama felt, bro. Like
Right to her. No,
she was sitting there, she finally got on her MySpace, and you're like, nah, mom, everyone's on
Facebook.
Facebook now. And you're like, Facebook? What is that? What why I gotta book my face? What's and then she finally sets up her Facebook account, and then everyone's like, man, you still
Facebook,
on Facebook?
Twitter,
You not on Instagram, bro? What?
Twitter.
No. I think it was Instagram then Twitter.
Maybe I
I
don't
think it
know.
was
I didn't use
Instagram, but then you
research.
got on Instagram, and then you're like, oh man, I'm on Instagram. And it's like, nah, all the cool shit's on Twitter, bro. And then you're like, what? And then you get on Twitter, and you're like, this is a spicy cesspool of crime and Philly. So you get off Twitter,
Yeah, and then there's fucking Snapchat. I couldn't do that shit, man. Snapchat.
bro.
Every time I downloaded that shit, I deleted it like a week later.
I only was on Snapchat because I literally remember, like, I wasn't fucking with it. Then I was like at work in college, and these like 4, 5 girls walked in and was like, yo, give me your Snapchat. I was like, what? I don't have that. I don't use that. Like,
Like you
make
gotta
one.
get it.
They're like, make
Snapchat
one. I was like, fine, I made one. And then like they would just like send me snaps. And then
all
like
day.
then everyone else started sending me snaps too. And then I was
That's
just
how
like,
we
I
did it.
guess I'm using Snapchat now.
See, but then, and the thing is, everybody's mom is now on Facebook sharing minion memes and their political opinions and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget selling freaking scripture, scripture. You know
Selling
those pictures
scriptures.
with
Yeah, yeah,
scripture
yeah.
on it.
Bro.
But yeah, but I mean, the other thing with hookup culture now is, man, I feel like the way they do things is differently too. I mean, like, I don't know. They're just, I don't know, man. They're interesting now.
Are they
I don't know how
are
to
they
get.
really, bro?
No, not interesting. They're
I
not
know what you
actually.
mean when you say interesting. I know you don't
They're
know the
just a
actual
little.
word. Just like I don't it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, they're a little bizarre.
All and it's also just weird because like people will dictate how the apps actually work, right? Like you can make an
Mhm.
app, like I keep talking about the Fishbowl app, right? Like you can make an app, and it's like, oh, this is so that you, as a professional, can come here and talk about your workplace, and you're like it's anonymous. The only way that this person actually works there is like they have to use their work email. So like that's how they get verified. So if someone says like works at Google, they work at Google, and like that was the idea. But I'm telling you, bro, I'm literally sitting in there chatting about the new God of War game that's dropping, bro. We're just like, yo, who's playing? Who's gonna stream it on release?
Oh my
Like
god.
we're not talking about no jobs. Sometimes like there's a job place like, yo, bro, anyone want to refer me? And people's like, yeah, I'll refer you. Like, what's good? But generally, I'm just chilling. I added some people on League from this random app, bro. I was like,
I used to do that. I made a lot of online friends from just different groups. And you talk to these people. These people add me all the time sometimes, and they be talking like we actually knew each other, reminiscing about shit we used to say and do. I'm just like,
I
I don't even know
totally
you.
didn't even finish the point I was making. I realized, but
Go
so
for
like
it.
the reason I was saying that is like, so like, say there's a new hookup app, right? Like
Uh-huh.
Tinder dropped, and Tinder was like, yeah, we're a dating app, you blah blah blah, and then like the people there was like, actually, I want to use this to find friends. Now it's
or,
a
or
friend
or
finder.
it starts as a dating app. They're like, actually, I want to use this to have sex.
Yeah,
Then
that
it becomes,
like
actually, I want to use this to have friends.
yeah, like it's like, and then like it's so confusing because you're like on this thing for the intended purpose, whatever the intended purpose is, and
Is
then you're
now.
like trying to talk to people, and everyone's like, "Bro, what are you doing, bro? Why are you talking like that?" It's like, "Yo, man, like I'm just here for whatever not the intended purpose is," and like then you like,
Yeah,
but this is here, and they're like, "Man, how dare you say some stupid shit like that to me?" And you're like, you're just confused. You're just
everybody
like, "What is going on?"
everybody wants to be the fucking snowflake. They get on there and they're like, they'll literally put in their fucking bios, I'm not that kind of girl. So if that's what you're looking for, swipe left. And
And
you're just like,
I'm only talking about female profiles because I don't know. I have never seen a male profile
oh, I've
like
seen the male profiles before.
yeah,
One
you
time,
have.
one time, one time, maybe this was a subconscious thing. I don't know. One time, I think I accidentally chose.
Accidentally.
I don't know how this happened. I think I don't know if I chose both or something. I chose something, and it was showing me. I knew something was wrong because then it's because I know it was showing me women too. That's why at first I didn't notice, but then I started noticing it was showing me men. I was like, because sometimes you go on there and there are men who for some reason put that they're a girl. I used to have those show up
No,
and
no,
match.
that's the thing. I'm
Yeah,
wondering how often it works. Like I've thought about trying to match with one of them just to be like, yo, bro, just on some real shit. Like, how often does this shit work? Like, I'm
yeah,
about to, cause I was like, damn, I'm about to do the opposite. I'm about to
yeah.
go,
Let's see if it
go
works.
to the
But
lesbian side. I
anyway,
was like, look, man, you know what
when I
it is.
when I saw the male profiles, this is what I'll say. What happened? I suddenly, I suddenly became aware of my place in the totem pole because you see these profiles of these niggas who are like 30, and you're looking at them, and they're just at the peak. Like I remember I saw this one guy. This guy looked like somebody from a fucking movie or something. Like he didn't even look like a real person. I'm pretty sure he was a real person. But one, he was fucking ripped. He was decent looking. He looked like his life was going really well. And I was like, damn, this is what I'm competing with. I
Yeah,
was
you
like,
were just like, I ain't shit. I ain't ever been shit. I ain't ever gonna be shit.
it get like hypergamy became suddenly crystalline and realized when I looked at it,
Cause
I was
you
like,
was like,
oh,
I don't even want me. Damn.
I don't do terrible on Tinder, but
Yeah,
but
nah,
no,
I feel you. Cause like,
yeah,
I'm just like, yo, bro, like, what, what are you? Think about it. Like, literally, think about it. Like, logically, right? Say, if the person that you're trying to date, say they're into older men. Older
yeah,
men, like they just are better. They're just you but better, right?
yeah,
They're just you but
100,
better.
yep,
So it's like, all right, like, and they've been fucking with like people who are older than them for
their
since,
whole
yeah,
lives.
from since, right? So it's like,
Yeah,
damn, you don't got a chance,
yeah. What are
because
you gonna do?
they just already got experiences, and you're just like, you can't live up
Yo,
to them.
you're
Like you just
touching on the
can't live
other
up to
thing.
them, bro. And then
You're,
you're a weirdo for trying to like talk to younger people. By the way, you can't do
yeah,
that. So you're fucking
you're,
goofy. How dare you?
you yeah, you're touching on one of the most interesting things I noticed. Like women, by the time, and I remember I used to think this, and I could never really put it into words. Like it was something I noticed. Then I remember I was watching Coach Greg. I was watching him, and he put it into words. And I was like, "Shit, this is the thing I've been thinking about my whole life." And he's here talking about it, which that's why I like because he's an older man. He just
He's
knows what's
even
going on.
better, you know.
Yeah, he really is. Like a lot of things he'll say, I'm like, oh shit, that's kind of the thing I used to think all the time, but he puts it in a much better way. Like he makes it sound reasonable, right? But anyways, he like you meet these girls, they're like they're your age, 27, 26, whatever, right? And they're just so fucking they're so jaded and traumatized because of all the relationships they've already been in. By the time they met you probably been with like two, three girls. By the time you met this girl, she's already dated like six different people, and or even let's say she didn't date six
Nah,
different
bro,
people.
time out.
She's
I
already
literally was talking to a chick, and she was like, "Yeah, I've been with grown men since I was 13." And I was just like,
exactly, yeah,
"What
yeah, it's
the
crazy.
fuck, my guy? Like,
So
what do you
by the
do?"
time you get to them, they have so much baggage and trauma. There's nothing you can do. Like if you enter a relationship with this person, they're gonna have all these like weird paranoia and worries because they've literally dealt with this their whole life. You don't know anything about this because you've been doing like hand holding normal relationships your whole life. she's been experiencing adult drama from the time she was like fucking 15 or
Which is
14.
goofy as hell,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Because like I am now that age of those people that were messing with that kid, and I'm like, I couldn't imagine doing that. Imagine talking to a 13-year-old. Oh,
That's a
oh,
little weird.
bro, that's gross. Their
That
fucking
is
panties still got shit stains on it and shit, bro. What are you doing?
That's scary.
What are
That's
you
what it is to me. It's
doing,
scary.
bro? That's gross.
Scary. Scary. And I'm not. Ugh, I've been in those situations where these fucking young women, for some reasons,
I was
crave
there.
me, and I'm
I
trying to
watched. It
run
was
from them.
gross. Wink, wink.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
trying to run
there.
from them. I'll never forget when this one person's like little cousin or some shit started talking about how they're gonna marry me, and they're like touching me and stuff, and I'm looking at the person like, yo, come get shit, yo, bro, like come get this, no, like I'm not trying to
Like I
do this.
thought, like, oh, marry, like saying, like, oh, I'm gonna marry you. That's fine. If it's like they don't have a real understanding of what that is, it's like, oh, I like this guy. I'm gonna be his wife later. And it's like like real. It's like they have no idea what that means. It just
Yeah,
means that they get to like hang out with you a lot. I think that's just cute. But when they're like, yeah, I'm gonna marry you, and they're like doing some weird shit, like, oh, I'm
like
about to,
jailbait stuff. You're
yeah,
like,
it's like, yo, wait a
back, get
second,
back.
bro,
I was like,
yo.
that's like when little kids say they're gonna marry their dad. Like I'm gonna marry you, like to their fathers and shit,
Yeah, like
and
that's usually like some cute shit because they just don't have a understanding
they
of what
don't
that
know what it
means.
means. Yeah,
They're like, ah, mom's married to dad. I want to marry dad too. Like it's
marry them
just
too.
some stupid shit.
Yeah. But yeah, man, hookup culture. I think it's here to stay. I don't think it's going
Like
anywhere.
I said, I think it's just a cycle. Like I think it goes up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just like everyone gonna get over it for a bit, and it's gonna rear its
Then
ugly
it
head.
comes back.
But
Yeah.
like I said, it also might be like it might be thriving. We just not in it because we not in. Look at us. It's fucking Saturday. We here talking. I'm talking to you. Fuck, I could be out here talking to bitches.
I mean, we were out there. We were in those streets.
we,
We were in those streets.
we
We were a little bit, but then we got tired of it. Got
bro.
tired of it.
As Abba said, old new pussy get old.
But the thing is, I was watching this video. This is another thing from Coach Greg too. Not a video. He has this whole intro of funny ass clips. They're just funny. And one of them is like this woman filming a TikTok, and she's like, "For all my other 30-year-olds out there, are you guys just sick and tired of like the hookup culture? Like, I get it. I had my fun, but like." All guys do is hit you up and say, "Are you trying to come over? Are you trying to do this?" What happened to romance? This is just,
Nah. I always hate that shit. It's like, what do you mean you had your fun? So you tired of it now?
yeah.
But this was what you wanted. This is why it's happening.
I was like, "You're 30 years old. You should have been tired of hookup culture a long time ago." Why are you saying this now at like 30 something? She was
Cause
way
she
older
had
than
her
30.
fun, bro. Now she was ready.
Well, it's
And
too
like
late.
I said, I'm only even talking in this frame because like this is the type of people that I am attracted to. But like
Exactly.
men do
This is
that
why.
shit too. Men are just as goofy. Like men
Exactly.
will
Well,
be out
the
in
reason
these
we're not talking
streets.
about men is we're not trying to fuck men.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, men is out here in the streets and then they're like, damn, what these women are faithful, bro. And it's like that's what you were looking for, my guy. Like
Yo,
you were trying to chat with this man's girl, bro. What you thought she was gonna be faithful? She's cheating with you. What do you?
yo, I'll never forget. I was talking to this guy. I don't think, yo, you did meet him. He was like a pickup artist type. And he was saying that these girls, he's like, oh, I feel like I'm wasting my life. Like, yo, these girls, I just don't know if they're worth it. They're like thoughts and blah blah blah. In my head, I'm just like, my guy, if they're thoughts, what are you?
Yeah. Like, bro, if all you talk to her are these types of people, and you indulging, you taking a bite of the fruit.
I was like, if they thoughts, what are you? It's like you looking in the mirror like this nigga right here, talking about yourself.
Bro, I can see him just looking at me like, damn, bro, all these thoughts. Just
Oh,
talking to himself.
all these thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, apparently, this is kind of unrelated, but apparently I give off thought or
Give off
fuckboy
that
vibes.
Thottimus Prime energy.
Apparently,
Yeah, bro. I don't think people understand what they're saying. Like, Also, like people will grasp at straws because they're trying to constantly try to figure people out. So
Hmm.
I'd be like, oh yeah, I like X Y Z, and they're like, oh you like this, and then like they try to like be like,
Yeah,
oh if you like this, you're like you must be this kind of person. And I'm like, nah. And they're like, what? I'm like, no, because you know
nah.
what the fuck. So, but you do give off that energy. Yeah,
Oh,
big
thanks
hippo
for
energy. Um,
thanks for confirming it. Nah.
yeah.
Well, I hear that give off every vibe ever. Fucking skater vibes. Yo, I'm like, where's
Yo,
this?
I don't know where she came with.
Yeah,
This man don't even look like
two
he know
people.
how to
Two
stand on the
people.
skateboard, let alone ride a
And
skateboard.
that was so. When the girls were talking to me and our boy Rep, and they said, "Oh yeah,
It was
like you
definitely because
guys,
Rep has long hair.
yeah, yeah."
They like him, skater boy vibes,
Right. It
kinda
was also what he was wearing.
by the look.
He was wearing like a flannel like thing with a hoodie in
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So he
yeah.
really did. But and I think maybe because I was wearing, I think what made it, he's wearing the flannel thing. I'm wearing a fucking jean jacket with a superhero on the shirt. So I guess it made, what they were saying is we looked like nerds, but cool nerds. You know what I mean? I think that's what
Yeah.
they really wanted to say. Because the other girl at my job said that, the skater vibe thing. So I think what they mean is, I guess geek, but like cool geek. I don't know. Maybe that's what they mean. Like the geek, that the kind of geeks you see in movies, like when Andrew Garfield was playing Spider Man, like that kind of thing. And he's supposed to be this bullied
Bro,
loner, and you're
I
like,
actually disliked when he was doing that. I was like, this man is too cool. He out here skating around with the camera. I was like, bro, that's just the male thoughts.
yeah, it's like, oh, that's what the girls want. Like we were in high school at the time, so we're like, wait a minute, you guys think that kid is getting bullied? I'm looking at him right now. He's having sex with everyone.
Bro, like Andrew showed up as Peter Parker on the screen, and I could just hear a waterfall behind me. I was like, this is gross.
Yeah, like Toby pulled it off. Great, dude. Actually looked
Yeah,
like
bro, that man Toby, he looked like he was getting bullied. He made me want to shove him in a locker.
he's still. Oh, he doesn't look like he's getting bullied anymore. Now he just looks
He
like
is
an
the
actual.
bully.
Yeah, but before in all his other movies too, this the same. Like he looked like the kind of guy who just had a rough time. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
Peter. Not Peter. Peter.
Toby.
What's his name?
Which one,
Tom.
Tom?
Tom.
Yeah, him too. He was not. He didn't give off nerd vibes at all.
He didn't look like he got bullied, but he didn't look like he had many friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because there's that other thing that happens when you're that guy who's always in the background, but you don't have any legitimate
Yeah, he
connection.
was just like a wallflower. He definitely gave off wallflower energy. And Peter Parker isn't a wallflower. I feel
No.
like you
Yeah.
notice him
Especially.
because you like he's the most vulnerable guy in the room.
Yeah, especially if you read the original Spider-Man comics on like the 60s, and even then, like the beginning, he gets bullied, then he gets his powers, he starts to, be more confident in himself. He actually has friends and becomes kind of like, people know him, and he becomes kind of cool. He dresses all spiffy and fashionable. Like he's not he's yeah, he gets noticed. Like he has
Wait,
girlfriends
it's
and stuff.
funny. We were talking about hookup culture. Now we're talking about Spider
Yeah,
Man.
Spider-Man is hookup culture. That man's a whore.
That man is a whore. They even brought it up. They're like, "Yo, Spider Man, how you pulling all these baddies left and right?" He's like, "I don't know."
Now, if you look at him, how they used to draw him in the 70s,
Oh
that
yeah,
man,
yeah. Spider
that
Man
man
looked
had the
good,
drip.
but
That
he's
man had the
still
drip.
himself, bro. He's still
Now he had the
himself.
drip and he was handsome. If you look at the way they drew him,
Nah,
he had
but
the
like then
drip.
he opened his mouth. You're like, oh,
True.
put the mask back on.
He was the best one. I remember in Ultimate Spider-Man, Black Cat had a crush on him. She kisses him, takes his mask off, realizes he's a teenager, and throws up and runs away.
Bro,
Yeah,
imagine that was your first kiss as a teenager. That man probably went home and cried.
because she was a grown ass woman.
Oh yeah,
So when she,
yeah, yeah. But I'm just
but
imagine he was like, "Damn, I knew I was gross, but I'm that gross." He's like,
remember,
"Damn, her touching my lips made her stomach turn."
remember that
He probably ain't be Spider Man for a whole week after that.
story? Remember that story I wrote a long time ago, and it had us in it as characters, and there were two versions of myself. There was another character in there with the same name, but he was like a wallflower, and then it turned out he was the bad guy the whole time. Like he was just hiding. Like everyone's like, "Oh, that guy's
I'm not
kind of
gonna lie,
cool," but he
you
never
told
said
so
anything.
many stories about yourself and
Anyways,
us. It was too many to remember. I'm sorry, too
yeah,
many
those
to
are fun.
remember.
They were always, and they all they did was make fun of us too. That's all. It would just be making fun of all of us. Myself, I
Our
was
worst traits exemplified, bro. That's why you're
exemplified.
always the villain.
Yeah, yeah, I did that a lot. I was either the villain or the dumb one. That's what I used to do. Or
Oh,
not dumb, but like the harebrained scheme one. We'd come up with stupid things that got us in trouble. But anyways, guess we can move on to the next topic and not seem like schizophrenic weirdos. Jumping from topic to topic.
I've just
So
known you two for too long. I can't just have a conversation, bro.
yeah, in the sport, everyone seems to notice that about me, that I'm very schizophrenic in how I communicate. But anyways, so hookup culture. Now there's a big protest towards it.
Is
So
there a
this is a good,
protest?
not protest, but people are now acting like hookup culture is the worst
Okay,
thing
because like
when
I
they're in
thought I
danger.
thought people were in the streets. It's like, stop getting in my sheets. Like what?
But we can segue into actual protest. Do you think actual protests are worth it? Do you think they accomplish anything?
Yes. Next question.
Oh
Um,
Jesus, okay.
no, I think they have a place. Like, bro, like I gotta stop saying like. That was weird. I really hit that shaggy, right? But yeah, protests are worth it. I feel that there might be too many too often now, because it does lessen the power that protesting has when there's a protest for everything. Or like
Yeah.
when there's a protest for everything, and I feel like we really just gotta come together and figure out what we want one at a time, focus on a goal, and then we can like actually get it done. Cause I can't I can't focus on, for example, I can't it can't be Black Lives Matter on Monday, Stop Asian Hate on Tuesday, trans rights on Wednesday. We take a break on Thursday because we're having tacos, and then on Friday we wrap it up with fucking furry freedom. Like it's like, yo, pick something, work together. Let's get this shit done.
Mhm.
But like when it's all just discoherent movements, it just sounds like noise, and it's a lot easier to ignore.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, I
really
mean,
how I feel about it.
I feel like I feel like action is better than protest in terms of if you can work protest into your action, like the thing you're doing is protest against whatever you're right you're doing. But I think just randomly holding up signs in the street and blocking traffic and stuff, I think all that does is make people hate you and you don't accomplish anything. But if you can actually attack the problem that you're trying to fix, you can actually engage, get boots on the ground.
All right,
I feel
so
like that's
you brought up a good point right then. We're like blocking streets and doing that. I feel the type of protest matters, and
Mhm.
like you said, like you have to do some action. So like I don't think just like holding a sign in a random location and like making noise, like actual noise, is like going to do anything. But if you have a specific goal in mind, for example, I like remember reading about this. In Japan, the bus drivers wanted it to unionize, I believe, and to protest, they refused to accept fare. That's how they protested. They let everyone on the bus for free. They refused to accept fare. They continued their routes. They did not impact anyone who it did not affect their mission. Like they got you to work on time because it wasn't your fault that they weren't in a union, right? And I was just thinking, it's like that could never happen in America. That
Yeah.
that type of protest wouldn't happen. What they would have done is they would have driven all the buses in a giant circle, and it's like, you can't use this bridge until I get my union, bro. Yeah, yeah. It's like, but my mom's not in the hospital. Tell them to give me my union, bro.
Yeah,
But that
Americans are
actually
so.
happened. They were blocking the street, and this woman is literally like, my mom's dying in the hospital. Let me pass. And they're like, you can't pass the picket line. And I was just like, yeah, this person, you just lost whatever momentum you had behind your
Credibility. Yeah,
your movement, because like you just did this to this person. Like it's over.
yeah,
It's donezo.
yeah. They lose credibility a lot when they're just out here making people's lives. Like I remember when BLM was out there, um, out there in the suburban neighborhoods, and this guy is telling them like, "I support you guys. Like I voted for Hillary and all that stuff." He's like, "I'm one of you guys," and they're sitting there screaming at him, yelling at him for being white, and like They were surrounding this motherfucker. And in my head, I'm like, that's what your goofy ass get. Why are you out there trying to talk to them? Now, if your ass get beaten and jumped, all that, and they probably created a Trump supporter right there. Probably created a Trump supporter overnight.
I
That man,
also dislike that thing where it's very easy for people to just jump on a bandwagon without really understanding what's going on.
yeah.
So like, especially like, yeah, it really did happen with BLM, where someone realized that there was a power vacuum and they just took it. They took ownership. They made all these things, all these grandiose statements, and now everyone thinks that this person like started BLM. They started donating to them. This, that, and the third, and then people was like, "See, BLM is actually a scam. This person is out here using your money for these things." And I was like, "Well, yeah, because you got scammed by that person. Doesn't mean the idea is a scam." It's like, no, you got scammed by a person co-opting the idea. Like even in this the loan forgiveness thing, there were immediately scams about it, bro. I started getting texts from people like, "Hey, you got to do this if you want to do the loan forgiveness."
Thanks for
I was
reminding me
getting
about
calls. It was like, "Hey, if man, like blah 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 blah, do this, like talk to us and we'll help you get your loan forgiveness." And I was like, I'm on the official Drop Blue site. I know when that site updates. I know when they do the loan forgiveness thing, But people were out here talking, trying to scam you, trying to get you to give away some valuable information. So in the guise that you were going to get your loans forgiven, and people are gross. That's the moral story.
It's funny you mentioned that because I was reading that. I remember I read this article and I think I linked it to you guys where it was about this guy was talking about the Hotep philosophy and how he grew out of it because of Umar Johnson. And it was just really funny to me as I'm reading the articles because I'm like, literally people within the community Umar Johnson claims he's a part of call him out as a fraud and and a quack all the time. Like they're mad black people, those like holistic healing types and all that kind of stuff. Those spiritual types are like Umar Johnson is a fucking fraud. So this guy is like he gets tricked by Umar Johnson because I guess he's retarded. Like all it took was a couple of things me seeing Umar Johnson talk when I was younger, and I was like, yeah, this guy says things that might sound true, but also he's an opportunist, right? You can just tell right away. And I was like, so he gets tricked, and he's now demeaning the entire movement that Umar Johnson was a part of, using him. I'm like, why can't you just accept that you were dumb and move on?
I mean, that's kind of what happened with Tate, or in, like, not even just Tate, but like the Red Pill thing in general. Like some people, like I can believe that some people was like, yo, Red Pill actually meant the truth, right? Like, it means the truth. Like we're gonna stop doing these like silly song and dances for people. And then some people with a little more vocal found it and just co-opted the idea and trying to use it to like get more famous. And then boom bong, now the Red Pill is just hi Allison, how you doing? But now the Red Pill is just men hate women. That's the Red Pill. That's what the Red Pill is. Men hate women. In fact, he's wearing a red shirt, he hates women. Notice I'm wearing a blue vest, bro. Means I'm with the shits, bro. I didn't even want to say it. I didn't even want to say that.
I haven't used that word in real life, blue pilled. I didn't use blue pilled or red pilled in real life until I'm talking to other people, and now I must add context. I didn't even use the word alpha or beta. I despise those fucking words. Mm-hmm. Whenever someone would say you are an alpha, I'd get so fucking angry and tell them never to call me that again. But anyways, yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Protest. And even within the
this
it's funny,
bro. This is a windbreaker. Windbreaker.
I like windbreaker.
Bro, Windblazer does sound cool. Imagine where it just lights the window on fire. That'd be cool.
Like the fucking thing that girl was wearing in
Hunger Games?
Catching Fire. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. But you don't understand the pill. Honestly, Allison, I understand the pill words for the longest time myself.
Pill words? Yeah. You know there are more pills too, right?
No, they're not. No, they're not. No,
I swear to God.
No. You don't understand. When I say no, there are not, I'm telling you there are not now. No. It's canon, bro. There's no more. There's just those two.
It's funny. You got black pill. You got purple pill. I think there's like a Oh yeah, you got black pill, purple pill, white pill. Then there's red pill.
What is
And
white
there's more.
pill? What is that even?
Okay, so
Is it
white pill.
oxycodone?
No, what? So black pill. Those are the incels. The guys like, there's no hope. You know, if you're ugly, you're ugly. That's it. There's nothing you can do. There's no leveling up. None of that stuff. You're ugly. You're just an ugly fuck. That's it, right? Then,
That's
oh,
so
girls.
bad, bro. What the fuck?
That's what these niggas believe. I'm not. I'm not
Bro,
even.
did they pick that for themselves?
Yes. Yes.
Notice how they picked the black pill. They could have picked any pill color. They picked black. Oh, that's how
Yeah,
they think,
named
bro.
black pill because it's like what you got to take. And the white pill is like, those things are true in a way, but you can have hope. And it's like, yeah.
Yo, is there a pink pill? Allison's wondering if there's.
I think there is. I think there is. I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't remember what it is. I think.
Is it
I
your
think.
red pill, but you have hope?
I think the pink pill is like a feminist thing. I think it's like a. It's like when, remember when I sent you that thing about fem cells? I think the pink pill is for fem cells, but I don't remember.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think that's what the pink pill is.
Bro,
let me
honestly,
see.
every time I talk to you, you tell me more and more about this shit. I'm just like, yo, I'm glad I
find these things
bro.
interesting. I read about a lot of interesting
not these
stuff.
shits, guy. Oh
Let me
my
see.
god.
Pink pill philosophy. Let me see.
Philosophy, don't insult philosophy like that, guy.
Oh yeah. I was right. It's the fem cell thing. That's the pink pill. Yeah. These things are funny. I used to sit there looking. I sit there looking at those incel memes. So those incel memes are hilarious.
Memes were hilarious.
Yeah. They make those themselves too, by the way. They make those. Oh, you're pulling up the incel memes now?
Yes.
But even within the talking about protest and all that men's rights stuff, it's funny because there were actual men's rights protests that were now. Was it the one the Chad, his hand reaching out to grab nearby fertile punani? There's one that is walked. But the thing is,
these are all so bad.
Yeah, they were legitimate. They were legitimate.
You a guy who's just like this.
Oh wait, show it to me.
It's on the street, bro.
Oh yeah, let me pull it up. But the thing is, there were legitimate men's rights protests that were swallowed up by all this fake red pill nonsense. So like, you had men who legitimately believed. Oh, I see it. Yeah, you're right. I actually seen this one before, and I was thinking that I was thinking about that same person when I looked at it. Yikes! I don't get incels or femcells. Me neither. I don't get them either.
I also don't understand, because bro, it would take a lot of delusion to really look at yourself and be like, I must be so ugly.
There's no way to improve.
That's it. I must be so ugly.
There's
and
no
even
way
beyond that, because like man, I know for a fact some of these people don't even think that they're ugly. It's just like they think that the other person, right, the other side, they have such unrealistic standards.
Yes,
that they are delusional. And it's like, so you want to tell me that the entire female population is so delusional that not a single one of them would want you? For no other reason, like you are just so perfect and normal, but their standards are so wacky that you just somehow don't fit into it.
I can understand how you fall into that sort of ideology.
It's a very sad life. It's such a sad life.
It takes a lot of self-pity and a lot of depression and a lot of probably a lot of neglecting your meds and a lot of stuff. Probably takes a lot of things, a lot of bad experiences, and I can easily see how you fall.
They doing it to themselves, and they just need some strong father figures in their life to tell them to.
Oh, that's sexist.
Shut up.
That's sexist. We don't need fathers. Single mothers. Single mothers are strong and independent. Yeah, everyone knows that. Like,
also sexism, though.
I mean, no, it's not. It's not.
I saw the look on your face. You were like, oh, you know, fuck it.
Yeah, not because that's what they, man. You didn't see
those ads. Look on your face. You were like, I don't care. Fuck this shit.
It's like, yeah, I could have gone down the rabbit hole talking about that, but That's for another
That is
stream.
for another day. Back
But
to the main topic because we were talking about
yeah, what I was going to
protesting.
say though is that the men's rights thing, there were actual protests, legitimate
Yeah,
protests,
yeah, yeah.
where men, and it gets swallowed up by the red pill stuff, and no one knows about the actual men talking about men's rights. Instead, all they know about are so that's the kind of things that make me wonder if protest is worth it, if it can just easily be so obfuscated and
See, I
no
feel
one
like
sees it.
when we're talking about protests, um, I'm kind of talking about the idea of it,
Yeah.
right? And not exactly like the action of protesting. And I believe the idea of protesting it holds value, and like it will take some work and effort to produce an actual good active protest, like the activity, like I guess it's a noun, right?
Hmm.
Um, like the actual activity, it will take some effort to like make a good protest happen, right? Like I really do think that Japanese bus protest was like a really good way to do
That's a
that.
good one.
Yeah,
It's
it was a good
very
one. It
great.
was like no one got hurt, but the businesses, bottom line, and they're like, that's the only thing they care about, right? Like you hurt their bottom line, so
Yeah.
um.
I think we need real revolution. The revolution needs to happen.
But like
That's
I
what I think.
said before, where everything is so segmented, it's hard to even come together and figure out what the fuck we're talking about. Because Dave Chappelle said it best, bro. Like Dave Chappelle said it best. Like there's a bunch of these movements all sitting in the car, and they're kind of going the same way, but they're all going to different destinations. You know?
We have different agendas. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just kind of weird.
It's funny because the reason that happened is because this idea, what is it called again? It's a little idea in like liberal philosophy that was created. Um, what is it called again? Basically, all the marginalized groups agree that they have a common enemy and they kind of unite to fight against that common enemy. But the problem is, even if you have a common enemy, it doesn't mean you have common goals. So they disagree with each other, but they don't realize they disagree with each other until certain things happen, and then there's a lot of infighting. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
I mean,
They start to
why
cannibalize.
fight you when you're fighting yourselves? Like I don't have to do anything. You know?
Yeah, it's like now you just get to watch them fight each other. But I swear, I wish I remembered what it was called.
But as soon as I end the streaming, I'm like, oh man, it was Shimish you're just gonna remember it.
Yeah,
but
let me see. One of these groups
but yeah,
working.
like I gotta say, oh, did I don't even notice that it was right here, like this word.
Oh, nice Gundam.
I didn't even notice that. How long
Uh,
have I owned this? It's been like 2 years.
I don't remember what it's
I
called.
don't even. I don't. I feel like I wore it a lot when I got it. Like I like lived in it for a while and then I stopped wearing it.
Yeah, I do that. I used to do that with the Goku jacket, and then I
I
stopped.
haven't
But I
worn
got it back.
that. I haven't even worn that in a minute.
I got back the Goku jacket, right? And I'm taking it. And my mom's like, she's like, oh, but I want to wear it. And I was like, Mom, this is my jacket. I paid for it.
Honestly, you
Yeah.
should just let her keep it, bro.
No, I took it. I was
Nah,
like,
she
it's my
wore more
thing.
than you. It's her jacket.
She did. She did. She was walking around. And do you know why she started wearing it? I think it's because people started complimenting her. And she doesn't
Yeah,
know
a
why
hundred
the
percent, a
compliment.
hundred percent, bro. I think about that shit all the time because I'll see someone wearing like, bro, it's always like the older Hispanic ladies just wearing random anime shirts. I was like, you just took that from your son. you just looked. He's like, he don't need this, and he just started wearing it. And then people were probably like, oh yeah, yeah. It feels nice when people's like, oh, you're a part of something. You have no idea what's going on. You're like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Or the Metallica shirts. I never know if I should compliment someone or Metallica or anything, any of those bands, because I don't know if they actually listen to them.
Bro, if you want to do it anyway. Just be
I
like, yo,
do it.
just be like, nice
Cool.
shirt. Be like, oh,
Yeah, this
thanks.
guy had a Metallica shirt at a bar we were at. He had I think it's called Catching Lightning, that specific album.
Fake
And I was
fan.
like, huh?
Fake fan. You
Yeah, I
don't
was like,
remember?
that's a cool shirt. And that's a cool album. And he was like, yeah, thanks. And his friends were like, he doesn't even listen to them. And I was like, I don't care. It's still a cool shirt. That's what I said.
Bro,
They were
he
trying.
should
They were
have
trying
he
to
should have
blow up his
realized in
spot.
that moment that those was not his friends.
Yeah, I was like, why are you guys trying to blow
Yo,
up
I was
his
like, why'd you do that to
spot?
him?
It was weird.
Cause it's not even like he like fronted about it. Like he was like, yeah, I love that. He was just like, yeah, thank you. And if he ended it there,
Yeah, thanks.
fine. But
He
oh
said
my
good looks, and that's all he said. Good looks, and then they sat there trying to blow up his spot. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna flip that back on y'all. You gotta hold that L.
Imagine you were like, me, neither do I.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. That's what I should have said. Neither do I.
Oh man,
That would have
now
been
you
funny.
keep that in your back pocket. Just keep it in your back pocket.
Yeah, that's always what happens. You get past the situation, you're like, shit, I should have said that.
Damn, you're just like,
You
damn. Can
know,
I reload my last? Oh no, man. It was back at birth. I want to start over.
like, yo, when I was born, I should have said, not this again.
Bro, I swear to God, if there was ever a time where your baby's first words is like, not this again, I would put the baby down. I
Put
just
it back.
down. Put it back.
Put it back.
He's like, all right, open up shop. Just put it.
Like, we'll just leave that in there.
No, that's
Like,
crazy. That's crazy.
I saw this funny video where the baby came out. Baby was holding its head up and looking around, bro. I was like, nah.
It came out like
The baby comes out fresh out of the oven,
fresh
bro.
baby.
Fresh out of the oven. The baby is doing this. The baby's like this. Like staring at you. The baby's not even supposed to be able to fucking hold its head up and move. It was doing it. It was like moving around.
A cute view. I go back sleep.
Yeah, I was like, nah, put it back.
That's insane. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
But anyways, so what do you think about this whole Twitter thing that's going on with Elon cleaning house, $8 to get a verification check?
All I know about Twitter is y'all should follow me at Raytron123. I say random shit. Go like my page. That's it.
Yeah.
But for $8 a month to get the check, that's kind of crazy. But it seems like it's really hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It went from being damn near impossible to get the blue check now everyone get the blue check. And if everyone can get the blue check with no real methods to check, I can go get a picture of Kanye off the internet right now, give Elon $8 and be like, I'm the official Kanye West Twitter.
I'm sure you still have to verify your identity.
No, I think there was no verification process when I was reading it. They were like, yeah, there's going to be no verification process. I was like, what?
I highly doubt that.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way. I'll donate $4 for it. Oh, man. Bro.
No, but it was already pretty easy to get.
It wasn't easy.
Well, it wasn't easy for a normal person, but it's easy if you know what you're doing.
If
so
you
basically,
were a famous person, yeah, you would get your blue check. But
not
if
even
you
that.
were anyone else,
no, you didn't have to be famous. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Basically, there are multiple ways you get verified on some of these apps. One of the ways people used to do it is they would go make music, right? And make terrible music and use that to verify themselves, pretend that they had a following, get verified. Some people just used to pay for it. They used to pay. And that's one of the things that someone was trying to talk about now. One of the guys from Wall Street Bets was talking about this, where basically he was saying that there was a time he claimed it was Twitter insiders that would offer to give you a blue check if you paid them like $15K or something. And that used to happen this happens all the time. People pay for their blue checks. It's something that happens a lot. Instagram is rife with scam artists.
Instagram, nah. I'm not talking about no blue check on Instagram. Instagram is easy.
I'm saying
Twitter. Twitter was a little harder.
Yeah, Twitter. It's not as hard as you would think.
But it's not as easy as it was on Instagram. I'd be like, yo, Insta, can I just get that, please? They're like, here, I got some extra in my back pocket.
Yeah. Well, you either had to pay them, or like I said, you go through the route of making music, and now you're an artist, and that's what scam artists used to do. They would go make music. So a lot of scam artists have Spotify accounts. If you're ever curious and want to look at some of their music,
is that Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast?
I'm sorry. I looked over because I'm watching a live stream or something, and then that's just Mr. Beast. Like, why is he here? What is he doing?
Oh, can Mr. Beast come over here?
Man, I need to find out where that boy stay because I need to be in a Mr. Beast video, bro. Like, I feel like you get at least a rack just by standing next to the man. You get a rack every 5 minutes. You get to stand next to Mr. Beast.
And all you got to do is appear in a Mr. Beast video and then make another video being like, I can't believe Mr. Beast did this. And then show yourself looking sad in the thumbnail. Boom. Instantly, you're now a famous YouTuber.
Nah, that ass.
I can't believe Mr. Beast did
that man is crazy. That Mr. Beast man. Not even for the fact that he used up all the money. Like, I was listening to him talk about how he even got to this point. Like, he was just like, yeah, me and 4 other guys, all we did for a year plus was just learn how to do YouTube, and before they like started like releasing videos, like they would sit in Discord or some Skype. I don't remember. They were just sitting there all day. They would wake up, just sit in the call all day, and while they were all learning, and like whenever they found something, they like share it and just like keep going. He was like from 6 a.m. to like 10 p.m. They'd be in a call, and he would wake up and just do it again. Like
Sounds awesome.
just
Guy sounds dedicated as fuck. I mean, he proves the point that it takes dedication, hard work, and that's how you become successful. You don't just get successful. I said successful. But that's how you become successful. You don't just wake up overnight and just like it's like it's not about talent. Like people try to make you think it's about talent, and if you're just really talented or something.
This one girl was talented, bro.
Sure. If you are really,
there are those 1 million cases where they are just talented. I was reading about this Japanese girl who she decided to start singing. She dropped one song on YouTube. It hit like the #1 in Japan.
Yeah, you have those few people who are very good, but it's very.
She's real good, bro. I was watching a movie in which she was the lead, bro. And I tell you, I thought that this bitch was different women singing, and then I found it was all one woman. I was like, you're lying, bro. This is all her range is crazy.
That's the thing. There are those people, those 1 in a million who are just very good. But the sad truth is that sometimes you're just not. You just gotta accept you're not that guy. You know, you can't assume that you're that guy. You know what I mean? Like we had a friend who he was trying to walk around acting like he was that guy, and he wasn't. He wasn't. He didn't want to work on his crafts. You know what guy I'm talking about?
No,
he just dropped. You don't remember? He just dropped his shit, and it was terrible. And we're trying to give him constructive criticism. He get mad at us. It's like you should be happy. You should be happy. We could just because other people. This is what used to piss me off. Other people would comment on his garbage saying, "Yeah, fire. Oh yeah, keep going, bro." And I'm just like, why are you guys lying to this man? Why are you guys doing this to him? Why don't you help him? Why don't you actually tell him the truth so he can get better? But no, they're not his friends. So
they're not your friends.
But yeah, man, this Twitter shit is so fucking hilarious though.
That he's born in 2002. Oh my god.
Well, that's just my time.
Bro, this girl was just like, in 2017 when she was like 17, she was like. In 2020, at the age of 17, she made her debut, blew the fuck up. And she's only like 19 now. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
That thing goes.
No, bro, you don't understand. She's the vocals for the lead singer in this song in this movie that just dropped for One Piece. So already the biggest franchise in Japan. She's just the lead singer for something.
Yeah, but you don't want to blow up so fast right away like that because you know about them one-hit wonders. They appear.
Every song this girl's ever sings is a banger.
I know, but I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
No, one-hit wonders
falls off. It's her fault.
Like, I'm saying one-hit wonders. One-hit wonders are not actually one-hit wonders. Like they release for example, Missing Persons is called a one-hit wonder sometimes. They released a couple of good music, then they fucking appear. That's what happens to a lot of those people when they become like fucking super famous out of nowhere, out of the blue. They sometimes they disappear. Well, more often than not, they disappear. Actually.
Also, her name is Ado. I think that's how you say it. I'm not Japanese, so I don't know how to say
it. She's 20 years old. That's all right.
She's bangers, bro. I was really in the movie theater being like, oh, it's gonna be a musical, whatever. And I was just like, like me and the whole row were just like at a concert. It's so stupid. Oh man. Why am I talking to you? I could be listening to this.
What you need to be listening to is
you messed
an
up.
Instructional tape on how to get
you messed up. As soon as you need to be, I was like, you fucked up. You messed up the whole joke.
Well, how to get your life together. It wasn't.
You fixed it up. You switched it up the last second.
Yeah, I was gonna make it about the hairline, but then I was like, nah. The instructional tape on how to get your life together is funnier. But anyways, yeah, man, Elon is out here just straight memeing those people.
I just saw a tweet from him. He's like, "Look, hate me all you want. It's $8."
Yeah, what did he say? Yeah, he said that to somebody. He said he did say that to somebody. Oh yeah, AOC. First of all, AOC is so fucking cringe, man. She's one of the most cringiest people on the planet. She be out there talking like she's 19 on the fucking social media apps. I'm like, you're a fucking grown ass politician. Stop trying so hard to pander to these people. She's like, yo, Elon. I'm like, bro, you know you don't talk like that. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why must your every utterance be so performative, you know? But anyways, yeah, she said something about LMFAO. Imagine saying that freedom of speech
It's worth
is
eight
like
bucks a month.
yeah, it's $8 a month. And then he responded, what did he say? Oh yeah, all right, great. Now give me $8. That's
Yeah,
what he
yeah,
said.
yeah. He did say
All
that.
right, great. Now give me $8.
He's
He's
like,
yo,
absolutely. I say that'll be $8.
yeah, absolutely. No, that'll be $8. That shit was so funny. I mean,
Look, man, I don't care what you say about Elon. He kind of funny.
I love Elon.
Just a little
Elon's
bit.
one of my
I ain't
favorite
gonna say
people.
all that. He's just kind of funny sometimes.
I like Elon a lot. Like there's been a whole anti-Elon trend. Everyone wants to hate him. They want to hate Jeff Bezos too. They hate Jeff Bezos. It's like I'm just like, nah, I like the guy. I like these
I
conquerors.
don't know them, so I'm not gonna say I
I
like
don't
the
know
guy.
them, but I just like that they're conquering and
The
conquest.
conquerors.
Yeah, they're
You know,
modern day
conquerors hockey, bro.
conquerors.
You don't even know what that means. Oh man,
What say what? What did you say?
conquerors hockey. You don't even know about that.
Conquerors hockey? What is that One Piece thing?
Yeah, it's a One Piece thing.
Yeah. But yeah, the conquistadores, bro. They
Bro, should I
modern.
start paying $8 for my Twitter?
I'm gonna do it.
Drop
I'm gonna
a
do
drop
it.
a one in the chat. I started paying $8 a month for my Twitter, bro.
I'm gonna do it. When I'm gonna make the Adventures in
Bro,
Bad Taste.
what's the point of the verification even then? Like,
Oh, actually, you know what? There is no point in it anymore because now people know that it's not that
I
hard to
can
get.
just buy it. So what's the point of it? So
Well,
like,
people are still stupid. People are still stupid.
because
They
like
might still.
I won't lie. Like everyone's talking about the verification, how it's gonna cost money, and I'm thinking, it's like, who cares? Just don't be verified then.
Yeah, yeah. There's a book called Black No More, where black people this procedure comes out. It was written in the 1920s. Really good book. Anyone wants to read it? It's fucking hilarious. But basically, I'm about to
Black no
spoil it too.
more.
I'm telling people to read it as about to spoil the book. Anyways, there's a procedure. You're able the white black people are able to change their skin white, right? You know what happens? The white people now start changing their skin because it becomes basically whenever a black person would change themselves to white, they would become very white. Like they'd have blonde hair, everything, like Aryan wet dream, right? And then when people started realizing this, all the white people, sorry, all the white people started changing their skin to become as dark as possible, and then that became the new standard where everybody now, if you're darker, you're considered better than the white people. So things just flipped. So basically, what you're describing is what might happen. People look at you being verified, they're like, look at that verified bottom feeder. Oh my god, you know.
I don't think it's gonna go like that.
Oh jeez. But yeah, man. Because even when I learned how scammers and how you could easily get verified, I looked at that thing as a joke. Whenever I'd see someone verified, I'd laugh because I'm like, that doesn't mean shit. Because you would see these like Wall Street, these traders, and they got the blue check next to their name. You're like, really? This scam artist got a blue check? Yeah. Because I used to watch a lot of content about this and read about it a lot. So I knew that blue checks were meaningless to begin with. So when Elon announced this, I found it very funny and was happy. I'm pretty sure he did it on purpose to to demonstrate that blue checks were meaningless and to remove the hold it has over people. I highly doubt he just did this without any forethought, you know?
Eh,
Yeah. But
yeah. But I do wonder, what is it for? Like, do I just get a check? That's it?
I don't know.
Oh, I see half as many ads post long audio video clips and get priority of their own tweets. Wait, what? Hold on, let me see
You ever
this.
seen
Wait,
Twitter?
so Twitter's actually. Nah, man, because now it's like, it's not just a check, it's like other features.
Yeah,
Like,
you didn't. Yeah,
I didn't know nothing about it because I didn't, like, I didn't know nothing about it.
I think you can post longer too. Like your written post can be longer as well. I think. Yeah. Oh, did you know apparently they're floating the idea of you being able to monetize your Twitter?
Oh, that'd be Wild.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Bro,
guy.
bro,
Yeah.
I would get off Twitter. I would get off
Yo,
Twitter. Now me reading words is gonna give somebody else money. That's crazy, bro.
and I was just because then people are gonna start grifting hardcore. They're gonna
Bro, I
start
already
saying,
told you about my issue with Twitter giving me notifications. I was like, bro, it's just gonna be an OnlyFans situation all over again because Twitter already doesn't have any real restrictions on what you can and cannot post. Like,
well, it says
it's just
sensitive
gonna
content.
yeah,
It
yeah,
says
yeah,
sensitive.
yeah, yeah. But you can post it.
Yeah.
And
Well, you can't.
if you're, yes, you can.
That's your cat out.
Yes, you
That's
can. Yes,
but
you
you
can.
get food.
You can just. There's actual just straight up sex on Twitter.
Oh, that's interesting.
They're just straight up
You can
doing it,
find it
bro.
on YouTube too.
No, I'm not even saying you gotta like look for it. Because on YouTube you gotta like look for it. That's some weird foreign account. No. On Twitter, like people will just be like, "Hey, by the way, check out my spicy Twitter," and then you'll just look at it. It's like, "Oh yeah, they're just actually just having sex right now." Like there it is.
They usually put like a little star
Nope.
on the thing. They do that sometimes. I haven't seen it before, so I don't know. I've seen like things where it's like blurred, like stuff like that. I've never seen like legit, real, like oh that's great. Don't. Are you looking for it? You
No, I'm
better.
looking up the Twitter check. What the fuck is wrong with
Oh,
you, you disgusting pervert? Oh my god.
in trouble.
Oh,
And
oh, bro.
we'll watch it offline together in the dark.
You're stupid.
You know,
You can post all the goodies. See, even Allison knows. I don't know what she be looking at, but she knows.
oh man, I know what she's looking at. I know what she's looking at. I know what she-
Yeah, I don't know Twitter's policy.
When I was a kid, some guy used to try and convince me to
Make
watch
sure we
porn.
hold hands when we watch. That's what Allison says.
Okay, yes. Some guy used to convince me that we should watch Prawn together. We should watch Prawn together because I had like the keys to the Oh, not that I had the keys. I was in the journalism department, so I had like the computer room. The woman trusted me, and he would try to convince me that we should sneak in there and watch Prawn together. He really wanted to watch Prawn together with me for some reason. But anyways, one
Nah,
time,
you knew the reason. You knew the reason.
but anyways,
He was trying to live. He was trying to make a movie.
oh my thoughts. One time we did sneak in there though, because like after she trusted me to lock the door for her, I left it open on purpose, and I went in there, and we were just in there chilling using the computers after school because we just used to not go home, right? And I remember someone calls over the loudspeaker because they knew that we used to do this so often. The security knew what we were doing. They knew that when 3 p.m. hit, Tony and Giovanni, not Tony, his name wasn't Tony, whatever. Let's say I don't know. I'll think of another name because I don't want to insult Tony. Anyways, um, Theo and Gio were in the school. They were just there. They knew they would come out trying to find us. But we were fucking geniuses. We knew the labyrinth under the school. They were like a secret passageway that we knew about, so they could never find us. Anyways, over the fucking loudspeaker, right? They call. Oh, let's imagine his name is Theo Harris, right? They're like Theo Harris, please come to the office. Theo Harris, please come to the office. And like Theo looks over at me and he's like, damn, it's like my mom here or something. I was like, Theo, don't go. They're just trying to trick you. I was like, if you go there, they're just gonna tell you to leave. And then he left. And then he texted me later, like, yeah, my mom wasn't here. They were just trying to see if we were in the school. And I was like, obviously. And he got banned from the computer room. I don't know why they chose him specifically and not
Because they
me.
knew you were gonna go.
Yeah,
They're like, he's not gonna come.
that was so funny. I tried to warn him. I was like, bro, there's nobody there. They're just trying to trick you. God, because you already know how I am. I sit there trying to think of every possible eventuality. So like before, I'm not gonna pretend I knew immediately. I sat there thinking, and I was like, yo, my mom might be here or something. I was like, but what if? And I guess I probably did sound crazy at the time. Like, what if they're just trying to trick you into coming to the office so you can get in trouble? And he's like, nah, why would they do that? I was like, I don't know. Because I'm a kid. I don't know how to explain myself at that time. But I was
I
right
don't know.
because I'm
It
old.
usually be like that, where it's like, look,
Yeah.
I cannot articulate why, but I know. I know, bro. I got the sauce. You just gotta trust me.
Yeah, if he trusted me, he'd have been fine, but he didn't. Oh my god, man, Jesus Christ.
Indeed.
What about you, Ray? You ever watch porn with another male? Prawn, sorry,
Yes.
can't say that word. You,
Bro, it was freshman year in college. I don't know why. It wasn't even just like one on one, because that's weird. That's weird. It was it was like the whole floor. We're just all in there watching on this guy's TV. There was like one girl. She's sitting next to me. She's like, "Man, this is weird. We should watch this other video." I was like, "Sure." So she pulls out her laptop, and we're just watching a different video while they're watching their video, and I'm just like, "What's going on right now?" And nah, you wanna know what's the weirdest part of that story? The weirdest part of that story is there was a guy who wasn't invited, and he really wanted to get in. He really wanted to get in. He's like banging on the door, being mad annoying, and like we're not actually watching it, so it's on, and we're all chatting, making fun of like what's going on. Because I think at one point we threw on the grapefruit video. You know, you remember the grapefruit video?
oh, the
Yeah,
girl. Oh
yeah.
my god.
So we're really just on the hub doing random shit, all chatting. It's just like being stupid freshmen. And there's one guy, he just really wants to get in here because
He's
bro,
like,
it was like no,
Will.
that ass, he was banging on the door, and I literally just opened. It's like, yo, bro, what are you doing? He's like, I want. He's like, I literally broke it down to him. I was like, yo, real talk, bro. You're really trying to get into a room full of guys trying like watching porn. Like, does that make sense? I was like, do you really want to be in here? And he was like, yes. I was like, no. And I closed the door. And then he called the RA. And the RA was like, it's kind of rude that you didn't invite him. But then he looked at him and was like, also, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you want to be in there, bro? Like, also, like, if they don't want to be with you, like you gotta respect that. And then he walked away. I was like, closed door. It was
sad.
so weird.
That's sad. That's sad as hell. That hurts my soul. There's a imagine being that dependent on the validation of others that you gotta go snitch like that. Like mama,
Bro,
they
it's not
won't
even the
let
worst
me
thing he did. Once it was some girl's birthday, and they had reservations, and bro, like I got invited, because they were like, "Oh, we're gonna go to like a restaurant," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." They like looked at me and like to these two other guys, because like we weren't initially invited, because like, we didn't know about the plan, and they were like, "Oh, do you guys want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go for her birthday. Like I don't mind, right?" And I was like, and obviously like, it's me. I'm like, "Oh, only if it's cool with you. Like I'm not trying to like impose, right?" So they're like, "Yeah, no. We want you guys to come." So we like go get ready, and then this guy's just following us, and we're like, "Where are you going?" He's like, "I'm going to dinner with you guys." We're like, "No, no," and he's like, "Yeah, I am." Like he was mad aggressive about it too. He's like, "I'm going." We're like, "Bro, it's her birthday, and she doesn't want you there." She's like, "I don't care." So he literally just like got on the bus with us and just like followed us around, and like we couldn't get into the reservation that we had because there was one too many people, so we had to go somewhere else because he was just like following us.
You guys didn't. Why didn't you just sock him one? Why didn't you just knock him out or something?
Cause bro, I was upstate. I couldn't be the one to do it.
Yeah, someone
That would
like
have set us
that.
back 20 years.
Like that must have not gotten beat up enough when they were a kid. Like it's just like it seems like he was that annoying kid who just skirted by and got lucky. Like no one whooped his ass or stuffed
Bro,
his
he
head.
definitely did get. He was skirting by now because like I remember at one point some of the girls started feeling bad for him, and I was like, no, he's very annoying. Like I do. They're like, oh, but I was like, no. He's annoying. He's annoying. Like you don't
Yeah,
like
see
him. Like
that's
cut that shit out. Like you don't
tactic.
like him.
That's a tactic people do, right? They prey on your kindness and try to use that against you. Like I remember I told you about this where me and that our blah, 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 turned to
Indeed.
Porky Pig. Our boy Saeed was sitting there in the park. This random guy from like somewhere, PA, I think he said. He comes up to us
What are you
and he
doing down
started.
here?
It was just like you described. He was just very fucking annoying. And Saeed wants to talk to chicks. That's all he cares about. But you can't do that with this weirdo around because he was just so aggressive with it. Like he would walk up to a woman and start trying to talk to her. and he scared them immediately. They start backing up from him. I'm like, oh my God, bro. I'm looking at the body language like, no, 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 no. Like I can't be associated with this. And one, I'm also black. I'm like, now they're gonna start looking at us and think we're exactly the same because we're the same skin color. I was like,
Oh,
like
no, man. He said the
you
culture
know that's how
back,
they think.
bro.
You know that's how they think. You know that's what's
Set
gonna
us
happen.
back 50
Yeah.
years, bro.
So anyways, at one point he wants to go to the store. He's trying to get us to come with him. I'm like, nah, bro, the store is right down there. Store's right down there. He's trying really hard. He's like, yo, but just come. I'm like, bro, the store is down there. I was like, you'll find it. Don't worry, you'll find it. It's right there. So he what he tries to do to get us to stay away from him, he's like, okay, I'm gonna leave my shoes right here though. Like y'all can watch it for me, thinking that he's slick, thinking that we're gonna be like, your typical New Yorkers who I'm like, yeah, sure. Like you think we're gonna be nice little liberals, I guess, and look after his shoes. But no, I left his shoes right fucking there, bro. I left those shoes. I was like, fuck your shoes, bro. I didn't tell you I was gonna watch these. So he might have lost those shoes now, and he has nobody to blame but himself. Trying to be slick, think he could use social engineering on me. It's like, are you fucking serious? I took a whole class on that shit, my boy. Like I know it's
I
social
would have told
engineering.
him straight up no. I was like, take your shoes.
Now I knew that he would keep arguing with me, so I just told him you could leave him.
That's where you gotta pull the apple and walk away.
Oh, well, I did. I tried to walk away from him many times. Like I walked away. Well, one of the reasons we couldn't walk away is because we were with that other boy Zane. He's playing his guitar, so we were chilling with him. That's why we didn't want to just leave. But several times we walked away and walked around the park, and he just follow us. He would just follow us. So there was no just leaving. But yeah, man, I just told him you could leave them if you want. That should have been his first clue that I was not going to watch his shoes. I said to him, you could leave them if you want. Those are my exact words to him. I was like, hey,
Bro,
if you want to leave.
missing those shoes. You were in that park? Yeah, those shoes just gone, bro.
Yeah,
Them's just dipped.
I was like, do not leave your shoes. Maybe I should have told him, do not leave your shoes. Oh, but then he would have just stayed talking about come with me. He really was trying to hold on to us. I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to go
You have
anywhere.
too much Riz, bro. People trying to steal your Riz.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing, right? What probably was going to happen, he probably wanted us to come with him so he could trick us into buying him something. Like, oh, I don't got no money, bro. Y'all think y'all could hold me?
I don't know you, bro. I'm a
yeah, I'm like, no, I'm good.
Because like I remember if I don't know you, bro. That's kind of weird.
Me and Saeed started going back and forth because Saeed's like, how are we going to get rid of him? And I was like, I'm going to look at him and tell him.
Stop doing that voice. Yo, you gotta stop pulling the Michael Jackson, bro. You gotta stop. I know, but every time I hear him, it's like, why are you talking like Michael Jackson?
You know what's funny? He wears the Michael Jackson jacket.
He's out here wearing the Thriller, bro,
and talks like him. But he was saying, how are we gonna get rid of him? And I was like, I'm just gonna tell him that we're going somewhere else and he can't come. That's what I was he was like, but what if he wants to fight? I was like, I guess we're just gonna fight. I was like,
what if he wants to fight? Who thinks like that?
Oh, well, I guess because the way the guy was acting, it seemed like he might get aggressive and get angry. But I was just gonna tell him we're going somewhere.
That one time.
Yeah. You never know with these people. Every once in a while, it happens.
I was literally standing there in the group, and this guy was like, "Yo, what we doing tonight?" And I was like, "Yo, can you not?" And he was like, "What you gonna do about it?" And like then it was just a staring contest. Like he was just like, "What you thought I was going? You thought I was pussy?"
Are we really doing this right now? That's what I would have said to him.
No, I literally just looked at him. I didn't say no words. I just looked at him, and then he walked away. He's like, "That's what I thought." And he tried to shoulder check me, and he walked away.
Remember that midget shoulder checked me or tried to? No, bicep checked me. But bro, something like that happened once where one time our boy Rep was taking a whiz. He's peeing, and the pee starts dripping down the thing because it's pee. You know, it's just like, New York is on a slant. Like it's just
New York isn't on a slant, is it? Man, yeah, I'm gonna look up the fucking pitch of New York City.
It's in a slant, the city or parts of the city anyway. So he's peeing and it starts going down the incline because it's like we're in the park. He's peeing and this guy walks past, steps in the pee, and he goes, "Oh my red bottoms, bro! Oh my red bottoms!" And he looks like he's about to look over at me. Then I just started staring at him. And I looked at him. I was like, "It's all right, bro. Get the hell out of here." And then he looked at me and he just walked away. It was so funny. I was like, it's all right, bro. Get the hell out of here. I was like, keep going, keep going. And he just left.
You gotta realize you a big guy. He probably was like, I could take that guy, and then he looked at you. He was like, I can't take both of them.
Yeah, he's like, no, because he knew his friends were gonna help him. And me and Emilio combined, me and Emilio together. I'm sorry, them weak ass white boys up there in New York City. We could probably take 5 of those motherfuckers. I'm sorry.
Get a little spice in there. Ooh, get a little
Me and
spice.
Emilio together.
Get a little spice.
Me and Emilio
Get a
together.
little
You think
spice.
if
Just,
three,
relax yourself. Relax yourself, buddy.
you think if 3 of those white boys walked up to me and Emilio together, they're taking us? You think that's gonna happen? You think that's gonna
Look,
happen?
I am not going to advocate for violence, but I will say, if you fuck around, you will find out.
You will find out. That's the perfect thing. You will find out. You'll find. You hear that, Allison? You fuck around, you will find out. Okay, so don't fuck around.
She from the area. She know. She with the shits.
With
Fuck around, you
shits,
find out.
around you find out. I was gonna say something crazy, but we can't.
I can't find anything about the slant of New York.
I mean,
because like
some
I'm sure it's like level ish. Like I know the Bronx is very hilly. Like the Bronx
yeah,
is like a bunch of hills. So
like that place. Remember around like
Manhattan
one.
is flat.
You said your head is flat.
Manhattan.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? It's
Manhattan
like,
is
what are you
flat.
talking?
I think Brooklyn's fairly flat. I think Queens is kind of a few hills, just not a lot. There's a few hills, but I think the general majority of Long Island is also pretty flat. Staten Island also seems pretty flat too. I don't remember. I've not been everywhere in Staten Island, but
So, man, any cool hypotheticals you got? Any hypotheticals you want to throw out there? Got floating.
yeah, I got one for you. Have you ever thought about what would happen if you like
I'm just gonna
focused
go
on
ahead
your hairline?
and crazy.
No,
I wonder,
I don't got it. Like, I know there were a few that we never got to, but how far back are they? Let me see.
someone asked me a question a while ago, and I forgot it. Yeah, asked me. Oh man, this is kind of funny. Should we wait till EJ?
No.
What? Oh man, I like this one. This is not a hypothetical, but it's an interesting question. And we were just talking about fighting. Do we fight to gain more power, or do we gain more power to fight?
Oh yeah, I remember the one that EJ was gonna ask. Yeah, we'll save that one for him. But do we fight to gain more power? Or do we gain more power to fight? Um, who goes to Staten Island? That's indeed true. I don't know who goes to Staten Island. I don't know about that. But I don't know because like I'm not out here fighting people, bro. I'm not out here fighting, and I don't even think even in the other sense of fighting, like I'm fighting for this person, I'm fighting for this, I'm fighting for this. It's like I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not out here fighting for nothing. So I'm not out here fighting for bro. I'm not that nigga. I'm not that guy.
That was bad. He's like, I'm not fighting for nothing.
Fighting,
it just sounds like you don't have any passion for
it. Does sound like that. I was thinking, like, damn, am I not passionate about it? And I was like, wait,
what?
no. Like, I feel like it's I feel like there's usually things that like it's just like they're not worth fighting for, kind of thing. Like a lot of the things aren't worth fighting for.
That is very true. Yeah,
Uh,
I want to talk to my coworkers about this. They act like I'm so fucking crazy when they're talking about their relationship stuff, and I'm just like, nope, don't want to deal with any of that stuff. I was like, I live my life happily without having to worry about. They're like, you're supposed to just know when your girlfriend
that's
is.
fucking stupid.
Deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. I was like, I made a choice not to deal with that stuff
You made
anymore.
a choice to be happy.
I made a choice to be happy. I was like sitting there worrying about another person's emotions for the rest of my life. It's just too draining. I just can't. I
See,
don't want
I
to
like
live
think
that way.
it's draining if they're like willing to communicate.
They're a normal person.
Yeah, like if they're willing to talk to you, like, I feel like it's fine because I've definitely talked to people about their emotions and like like we had a conversation and it wasn't like I had to take on their emotions and like carry them with me and then sit there and be worried about them the whole time. Single life is best life. I'm telling you, Allison's with the shits, bro.
Here we go.
um,
Forever alone.
like if you sit there and you're like, damn, I'm upset, and I was like, yo, you want to talk about it? They're like, yeah, and you converse about it, and you're like, all right, now I feel better. It's not like over or anything. Like you're still like in your feels, but like you feel a little better. That's cool. I fucks with that. But if someone's just upset and you're like, yo, what's wrong? And they're like, I'm not telling you. And then they're sitting there crying, and you're just like, what do I do now?
It's like you gotta just understand. You're supposed
what,
to know. The girl literally said that to me. You're supposed to just know. And I'm like, you know what I do know? What I know is I don't want to be in this situation. I'm gonna let myself out.
Bro, it just sucks when it's like someone's sitting there being very upset about something, and you have no idea because like, say you were just in the house all day, like you were in the house, you were cleaning, you were doing what you gotta do, and then they come home, they're mad, bro, they're furious, and you're like, yo, what's up? And they're like, nah, I don't want to talk about it. And then you're like, okay, we don't have to talk about it. And then you like continue doing what you're doing, and they're like, I think it's funny how I'm feeling all this, and you're just like, you said you don't want to talk about it, bro.
The moment I hear those words, I think it's funny how you just be like, I'll just be gone. Like, nope.
I'm just like, yo, what the fuck?
I'll never forget.
I don't fuck with that. That idea is weird.
My mom, whenever I could hear it. You start to hear in her voice that she's about to start getting emotional and start arguing with me. I hang up on her. Every time I tell her, okay, mom, I'll talk to you later.
Stay toxic, kid.
Like, okay, I'll talk to you later, mom. I hang up. And I did that to a girl a while ago. Like, we're on the phone, and she starts doing that kind of stuff, asking me questions. And then the questions, you could hear in her voice that she was starting to get, like, you could hear the temperature rising. I was like, nope. I was like, yeah, I'll talk to you later. Hung up. I was like, I'll talk to you later. Hang up the phone. I was like, I'm not doing this today. I'm not doing this. And when they're texting, I was like, I'm not doing
what? I'm gonna choose peace.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose peace. Yeah. like fucking yeah.
Oh man.
But back to the question though, because we always go off on tangents. Nietzsche talks a lot about the will to power. Nietzsche. Remember the guy, I didn't know how to pronounce his name, and I was like, Nietzsche or whatever. Oh, he has a long name. He's a philosopher.
Oh,
you
were talking about that.
He's the Chad of philosophers, by the way. Like, he doesn't talk about esoteric bullshit. He talks about real, pragmatic, grounded things. But anyways, Nietzsche talks about the will to power. He believes everyone has it inside them, where you want power and you do certain things to gain more power, no matter how small or minuscule that power is. So that makes me wonder, if you do fight to gain power, if you do it, or damn, do you need more power to fight? Because then what do you need all that power for? Is it to defend yourself?
That's what I'm thinking, because like I'm trying to think of it in the concept of fighting, like actual boxing, right? I'm just like, yo, bro, I'm not boxing nobody. I'm not boxing you. And if it ever got to the point where I'm boxing you, bro, one of us is not. We not leaving. We not leaving, bro. One of us is not leaving. If it ever gets to the point that I'm boxing, one of us is not leaving, bro.
You just literally, you resigned yourself to jail. Now, if anybody ends up dead with you, they gonna pull up this clip right here, saying this was premeditated.
And then I'm thinking of it in the more, I guess, metaphorical sense of fighting, where I'm like, I'm working to do something. It's like, well, then I feel like it depends. Like, if I am working to like make a change with that kind of fight, yeah, I am gathering the power to fight, because you need a lot of power to fight concepts and ideas, right? Okay. Like, you just need a lot of power to do that. But if it's like physical altercations, then it's more like I'm fighting because I have to.
Well, in terms of the thing you're talking about, fighting to get something, right? When you're trying to get that thing, are you trying to get power, or are you amassing power so that you can endure the battle?
I feel then it's like we got to define what power is, because I was thinking, I was like, I'm fighting for rights. Rights are a power.
Sure.
Right? Like, rights are a power. If I was fighting for rights, or say I was just fighting for like say some like basic freedoms, like I want to like some basic freedoms, like that's a power. Like everything when you're fighting conceptually, like ideas and topics, like, all that shit's power. All that shit is just value added to your cause, because like, bro, I generally feel that like we are probably like the most powerful we've ever been, because we can sit here and have these kinds of stupid conversations, bro. I'm on 4 walls. I got fucking the sun in my house, bro. I can make it freezing in here if I want. Why? Because I can. That's just crazy. Like we're more powerful than we've ever been.
Does that power run the risk of poisoning us? Making
Probably.
we become
I
become
mean,
too fed on our power?
I mean, all I'm saying is the fact that we can sit here and talk about who can go in what bathroom is kind of crazy, and that means we're doing pretty all right. That means we're doing pretty all right. I'm gonna take it as a win, bro. I'm taking
Yeah,
that as a win.
there's a theory that when that kind of stuff starts to happen, like the confusion between genders, that's when society is starting to fall down. Like they claim that other societies, when they would reach this area, that's when, like a few years later, a few centuries later, their society would crumble to nothing.
Look, man, I believe in what I believe.
I believe in Steven.
You
That's
didn't
the
even watch
coolest
that
thing.
show. You didn't even
That's
watch that
the
show.
only thing that show ever contributed to my life that was of value is I believe in Steven. I always thought that was such a
The
cool.
songs were bangers. The
Yeah, the
songs were
songs are
bangers.
good, and that specific phrase, "I believe in Steven," was just so cool.
Yeah,
Like, I
no,
was like, why did they
it was
make
a
that
great
moral thing?
ending to the opening. It was like, yeah, I do believe in
Did they say
Steven.
that in the show at
That
all?
was
Because it's something they
in
should
the
have ran with.
actual show. No, in the
It's something they
title.
should have ran with. I
Well,
believe in Steven.
technically, I think they did because they sing the opening in the show once. Like canonically, they're like singing the song.
It would have been cool if, like let's say they're in a things are going bad, and they're like, "Damn, what are we gonna do?" And you slip the line in right there, perfect.
You
Like, I
just believe in
believe in
Steven.
Steven.
I feel like there were a lot of things that they could have done in the show. Um, I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but the show, in my opinion, just did not live up to what I wanted it to be. Just did not do that. And
Well, I told a girl about your opinion on that, and she said you were just stupid.
I mean, yeah, she would feel that way. Yeah.
When she said that, I was like, yeah, but it's just a show. I was like, why would that make him stupid? But she's kind of playful. So when she says things like that, she's not being serious. She just says,
Even
like, she
if
does
she
that.
was, I just believe it, bro. Bro. I was even talking with my boy about it, and he was like, basically his art idea was like he didn't expect much from the show, and he was like, this show is only about this thing. So for when it didn't hit these other beats, he was like, yeah, it wasn't gonna do that. And
That makes
I was like, you sure okay, but that doesn't make it right, right?
yeah. I mean, like, that
Because
doesn't mean you are wrong.
I'm not giving it a free pass because like very
Yes.
specifically, I'm talking about like the very like one of the toward the end of the show. There it's the big bad. There she is. This is White Diamond. We've heard all this shit. She is top dog. And then the way they resolve the issue is I don't even want to say it was through a conversation because they didn't get through to her. Like it was just like she did something, and then she was like, "Oh wait, oh, I've been doing that this whole time." And then she was like, "Let me change my ways." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Wait, what?" Because like it wasn't even like I said, like, it wasn't a conversation. It wasn't like someone said some things and had a good point, and you like you walked her into a logical corner, and she had to like look at herself to like see what she was doing. No, none of that. She was like, "Oh, are you done your little game?" She rips the gem out of Steven, and then the gem Steven was like, "You suck," and then they like got up and left. And she was like, "Fuck, man, I never thought about it that way. I suck." Jesus,
It's like, damn, that hurt my feelings.
not that. That's how I feel it. And bro, like, I would literally play the episode for you. Like I don't even think you need the context. Like you can probably look at that one episode and you'd be like, yeah, no, that doesn't feel satisfying.
I mean, the show just didn't feel satisfying to me from the few things I would see. Like, it was okay, but not something I thought. I was like, I didn't look at that show and go, I want to watch this regularly. You know, like that.
It was definitely at a time in my life where I was like, I didn't have to watch it alone. Kind of, I was in college when like the later season, so it would literally be like an event. People was like, oh, the new 5 episodes of Steven are out, and we would like we'd gather in a dorm, we'd watch them, and then go on with our life. It was like that. Um,
Man.
so
Yeah, so remember that time we were talking about the new Star Wars trilogy, and we were talking about we were listing legitimate points,
criticisms.
they're legitimate criticisms of things that were wrong with this film. And that guy said to us, all those things you said were true, but if you ignore them, it's a pretty good movie. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yes, I do remember that. But
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So yeah, if you ignore everything wrong with Steven Universe, it's a great show, top tier. five
And
ten
just
out of ten.
ignore all the things.
There's not if you just ignore all the things you don't like about it, it's easy.
People say shit like that a lot too. Like they'll just be like, "Oh, yeah, if you just ignore those things and stop projecting," and it's like, shut the fuck up. It's like I can criticize something. I'm allowed to do that. I'm an individual like you. I have my own thoughts and feelings.
Also, what I think is weird is like if you do have a critique of things, people will try to be like, "Yo, bro, it's just a show." And it's like, well,
Yeah, yeah.
why are we talking about it then? If it's just a show, what's it matter, bro?
Like
Why do we even have this conversation?
why are we talking about it? Like I'll give you an example. I was looking at this piece of artwork. This was in Geek Mode. That you guys know how much I hate that group. So I was there, and it was like this picture of the Reverse Flash. I think he was like fighting the Flash or something, and it just looked really goofy. Like it just looked really cartoonish. No, but not in a good way to me. It looked like some Looney Tune shit, like the way he was moving and stuff, and his facial expression. I was like, I don't like this. It looks too cartoony. And this guy was like, "Oh, what is that supposed to mean? This is a comic book. It has talking gorillas." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Just because something has talking gorillas, it can't have good art." I was like, I'm allowed. I was like, there are plenty of photorealistic art with very good proportions and stuff in comic books. I was like, it's not a thing that's unheard of. Like I was like, Alex Ross's entire career is made on how, uncanny valley his art looks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you talking about, bro? And I think the only reason he got so pissed is because when I looked at his account, his art looked like that. So I think that's why he got mad. I was like, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about this specific thing. Like that works sometimes, but it depends on what
It
you're.
definitely depends on the medium. Like I
Yeah,
think Adventure Time art style lended itself to the genre that it was. Like I think it fit. And you remember the memes back in the day? Oh my god, if Adventure Time was an anime, it'd be so much better. I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like it would not be better.
they had anime opening. I remember I saw it. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. People are
People are
interesting.
goofy. People are
You
goofy,
can't
bro.
you can't criticize things like they because like shit. I don't even know what else to say on it.
No,
'Cause
because it's weird because like people will sit there and they're like, I hate small talk, and then you will try to talk about something else, and then they're like, what do we? It's just this. It's just that. What are you even talking about? It's like, well, what do you want to talk about then? If you don't want, if you hate small talk, if this is just a thing, but you don't want to talk about that, like, what do you want to talk about? I am confused. And
Yeah, I once left a group chat because of that. Because I would try to have conversations about things that I thought were interesting, and they would always like try to make fun of me for trying to bring these things up. And all they ever wanted to talk about were like video games and stuff. And I have nothing against. Like I've talked to you about fucking video games
yeah, I know
before.
you don't play video games, so that's why I'm not
Yeah,
gonna sit here and be like,
well,
hey, bro, you want to talk about this? Yeah,
but you know that you can talk to me about almost anything,
yeah,
and I'll talk. But it's like if you're like, it's like what the kind of conversations they had were just so surface level and so just uninteresting to me that I couldn't. Again, I don't even care. I have plenty of surface level conversations with people.
indeed,
I
yeah,
can
yeah,
do that,
that's a thing.
right?
Like, you're
But
not better than anybody, you know.
when you're now making fun of me for trying to have any like you're trying to act like something's wrong with me whenever I try to bring in like a little bit of depth or I mention something that's interesting to me, that just becomes annoying. Like I'm not gonna talk to you
Yeah,
anymore.
it's kind of gross. We're just like, I'm not even gonna be your friend.
It's like it's not that deep, bro. I fucking hate when people say that to me.
Yeah, bro. And it's always not that deep when they definitely lost whatever the argument was, if there was an argument.
Yeah,
Or like if you were talking about it and you were explaining to them your side of your point, and they're starting to see your point. Like, it's not that deep, bro. It's
yeah.
not that
I'll
deep.
never forget seeing this guy. This guy had a thing about 9/11, broken down 9/11. All the information
Oh
is.
man, oh
I look
man,
at
I know what
the
you're
thing.
talking
Oh,
about.
should I not mention this?
Now go ahead.
Should
I just remember what you're talking about.
all the things are listed there. I'm looking at them. I look at the guy next to me. I'm like, all that stuff on there is true. And he says, yeah, but my thing is, even if it is true, why does it matter? We should just move past it. And I was like, are you fucking serious? We should just move past the government possibly destroying its own people with a fake terrorist attack. I was like, you don't think maybe we should get to the bottom of that? We just pretend, just move forward, like, oh, just can't cry over spilt milk, It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oopsies, all terrorists.
And I was like, yo, the fact that people think like that is scary. Like the fact that people behave that way, like that's just like, damn, what is our future gonna look like if people have opinions like that? Like, oh, who cares if they did that? Let's just move forward. It's like,
But have you ever thought about not?
what, not moving
No,
forward,
no,
just staying the same.
just think about this. Think about this. Not.
Not.
Just think about it.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Sometimes I look at a video on YouTube, right? I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm like, nah. I just go back like, nah.
No,
Like, oh,
that one day after we hung out. I was literally just here on Saturday. Like, I just didn't. There was nothing. I didn't do anything. I didn't even want to sleep. I was just like,
are you talking about when we took that
yep,
magic
yeah. I
bite?
was just here, and it was such a weird feeling because I wasn't sad or anything. I was just like, no. I was like, let me watch some TV. Nah. Let me play some. Nah.
You know,
Maybe I'll
I
work.
think that I think that happened to me as well. I think I was just sitting there doing nothing. Yeah, I don't think I did anything the next day.
I was just, bro. Like the whole day went by. I was like, I think eventually I did like get up. I got into a chat with some people, and I think I played like 1, 2 games, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I can't do this.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Good
It
thing.
was definitely weird.
Yeah, yeah. That drug is not my thing. Not my
I
cup of
do
tea.
drugs. What are you talking about? I don't do drugs.
That magic device is not my
Most people
cup
don't
of tea.
know how to have a conversation. Do you know how to have a conversation, Allison?
Yeah.
You out here flexing your
Let me
lyrical
see.
skills,
I'm
bro.
gonna observe Allison and see if she can have a conversation. I'm gonna observe. I'm gonna observe what she's been saying.
Oh man, they're not even gonna reply now. They're too busy
See, look
living
at
their
this.
full life, bro.
I know, Allison. This is a bunch of, these are like 2, 3 words in these sentences. I don't know, Allison. No paragraphs here. Yeah,
No, you can't be doing her like that, bro. Don't
now
do
you
her
know
like that.
you're supposed to write a whole paragraph.
It
Oh,
needs to
because
be.
we make
I can't have
oh,
a convo now because I'm doing makeup. Oh, she's doing her makeup, bro.
what are you
That's
doing
very
makeup?
offensive.
What you doing makeup for? She got a hot date. she maybe she got a hot date.
I don't know. Maybe shit.
Yeah, man, I should go do my makeup.
Yeah, you need it.
That's my response. Whenever women start talking about their makeup, they'll be like, "Yeah, when I do this," and I'm like, "I'll be like, yeah, when I put on my concealer," and then they always start laughing. I always just join the conversation. It's like, yeah, when I put on my concealer, or sometimes they'll mention some shit I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They'll be like, "Yeah, when I put on the sprinkle," and I'm just like, "What?" It's
Do
like,
your
"What is
makeup on stream, bro. You gotta do makeup. You gotta do a makeup stream, bro. You gotta do a makeup tutorial.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah. That's what you gotta do. You gotta do a makeup tutorial. You're gonna be like,
God.
"Hi guys, today we're gonna be using this palette."
Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie though, not as a. I think with the people who've been watching our videos, I don't think they take too kindly to me doing that. Just
Show
based
us
on
your
some
best
of the
eye
comments.
look. Honestly, yeah, no. The type of people who look at your videos, they see you doing that shit, and they be like, "Ugh, another one lost." That's the
Unsubscribe.
comment. That'll be the comment right there. But
Maybe, yeah.
maybe one day we'll get him to do his makeup.
Maybe one day. We'll wait. We'll
You
wait.
know,
We'll wait.
when you come back, if you ever hit back at NYC, we'll have you do his makeup since
Oh,
you're
that would
the
be
expert.
awesome. That'd be funny. My sister. I thought about having my sister do something like that
Do
because I
your
thought it was
makeup.
fun.
And just be like, all right,
Yeah,
got my sister do my makeup.
because she loves doing it. You ever heard of Matt Lantner, some actor?
No,
He was married to like some YouTuber, and she did that. It was like a very popular video. He did her makeup and shit.
he
I mean,
did.
she did. I think he tried to do her makeup, and he did terribly, and she did his too.
Man, how do you even do bad, bro? You just like don't fuck up. You know,
What are you talking about?
don't fuck up. It's easy.
No, that shit is
Hey,
complicated.
just say it as you doing it. Don't fuck
Oh,
up. It's easy.
don't fuck up, and you'll
Don't
be
fuck
fine.
up,
Yeah,
dude.
don't
In that
fuck.
exact, don't fuck up. It's easy.
Don't fuck. You imagine, don't fuck up. Then he
You
looked,
see,
and
you
she
fucked
looks
up. You
like
didn't do it in the right order. Man,
she
you
looks
fucked
like
up.
she looks like that woman from Foster's Home. After you finish,
Now you wanna know what she looked like?
what was her name again? The woman from Foster's Home. Oh my
Yeah, I know. The abstract lady.
no, Jesus. Ray's a makeup artist already. Oh, Ray, you wearing makeup, bro?
Yeah, you thought I looked like this?
You wearing blackface?
Oh no, now we're getting canceled. But what was her name? Duchess. Her name was Duchess, bro.
Duchess.
Yeah,
Oh man, wait,
Duchess.
you showing a picture of her? I
Yeah,
need
I'm
to see it.
sure. Duchess. Oh, she was just an abstract creation.
I don't see it. I don't see
Are
anything
you on
here.
the stream?
Yeah, I'm looking on the stream. I don't see
You're
it.
not here. I see it.
Oh, there we go. I see it now. Sorry,
Okay,
a little bit.
I was like, yo, I know I did this right, but Duchess from Foster's Home, bro. Someone dressed up as her for Halloween. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Nah, it's hilarious. It's not.
Wait, click it.
I
Click it.
did. It's already
Oh,
here. You're
I
just
just
a
a
little
little bit
delayed.
delayed. Wait a second.
A few people did it, eh?
Jesus.
Oh, this is. I don't know what this is. A Picasso.
Man, that's scary as fuck. I don't want to see that. Imagine seeing
Oh,
someone
this
dressed.
person dressed as Coco.
Imagine seeing someone dressed up in that Duchess costume. You're like walking down a dark sidewalk, and they come walking up to you. I would commit murder. I'm sorry. Would be, I would be like,
So
I would be like,
I'm going to jail. You definitely going to jail, bro. You're
no,
done.
because
You're
I
like
would get scared. I would get
Dunzo, bro.
scared. I would get scared in the heat of the moment, just act. I don't think I'm about to die. Like, what are you gonna do if you walk into your kitchen and the grudge starts crawling up to you? Are you gonna sit there and wait for it to kill you, like you're
Duchess
against
was
the
an
wall? Or are you
icon.
gonna say, okay,
Duchess was something. But if I'm in my kitchen and the grudge is, you're right.
yeah, you're gonna start fighting. If there's nowhere else to go, I'm not just gonna sit there and wait to die. I don't even care. Like, I'm gonna know she got magic powers and shit, bro. I gotta do something.
Bro, I was funny you were talking about this because I actually had this thought today where I was like, if I was ever in those like cabin in the woods situation, and I'm like, yo, someone's out here trying to kill us, car's ready to go and pack, bro, we out. And everyone's like, no, we gotta stay. I was like, no, car's ready to go. What do you mean? What do you mean? I literally thought I was like, you know what I would do? I'd sit there and just watch TV. And if the murder came for me, I'd be like, look, man, if you're supernatural, get it over with. But if you're not, you won't be in the fight for your life. So you better just make up your mind right now. Just you can sit down there, we can watch some TV, or you can leave, bro.
You watched the video of the Michael Myers thing? Did I
I
send
didn't
it to
watch
you?
it yet. I didn't watch it yet.
The Michael Myers one was fucking hilarious.
Michael Myers in the wrong hood. Yeah, I remember that was the title, right?
That shit was so funny.
But
Damn.
now I'm realizing I've been
What?
talking to you for too long, bro.
You want to head out? Want to head out?
Yeah, I'm just kind of tired of hearing your voice.
Damn.
I
Man,
mean,
I love hearing your voice, man.
have you heard my voice?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like, I think about your voice when I'm going to sleep.
Butter, bro.
When I'm going to bed, I think about
Eat
your
a
voice.
Popeye's biscuit with this boy.
I record your voice, and then when I'm going to sleep, I listen to it.
Bro,
and fall
I unironically have had people fall asleep while talking to me, and it was like, oh, it's just so sweet.
What?
No,
That's
like,
it
like,
is so.
like we were like it's already nighttime and we're chatting and it's like
Oh, yeah, that happened to me before.
yeah, you know, one of those things. It was like
I've had someone do that to me before, where they were talking to me, and I'm like, and I just go to bed.
gross.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what's your final thoughts on the evening?
Final thoughts. Okay, so my final thoughts on these thoughts is just hookup culture is here to stay. I think it's gonna be here for a long time. Don't think it's ever gonna end. I think, like you said, it's gonna go into stages. It's gonna have its hibernation period, and then it's gonna spike. Like we said, I think maybe Christmas too. Like around the Christmas time, it's probably gonna be a spike.
Bro, y'all out here in Christmas?
No. In Christmas, people are gonna have boyfriends. People are gonna have boyfriends in Christmas because they got to bring boyfriends back home. Yeah, but when 2023 hits, oh my God, you're gonna have hookups up the wazoo. Watch. But protests. I don't think they're worth it for the most part. I think action is where it needs to go. We need a bloody revolution. We need a nice and bloody revolution.
I'm definitely thinking about like the marching in the streets versus the idea of the thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When I say protest, okay, you know what? Protest in terms of actually doing some shit. Like BLM. What they should have done is they should have went to the White House and set it on fire again, and that would have been. Elon is I really like that he's.
That you?
Elon, I'm really happy that he's fucking with those people over at Twitter. Elon is my hero. That's hilarious. I've always hated Twitter, so I'm happy that that they're getting fucked with. Anyways, what about you, man? Your final thoughts?
Twitter is a spicy cesspool of crime and villainy. Shout out Manny Rivera.
Zesty.
Shout out Manny Rivera. The underrated show ended too soon. I actually feel like it should have ended at season 3. Season 3 should have been at 10, not season 2. But Yeah, I really don't give a shit about what's going on Twitter because I'm not verified. I don't need to be verified. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. You know.
$8 a month, bro.
Um, I don't even trust people who are verified on these apps. You know,
Me neither.
like even before you realize like how easy it is to be verified, I just feel like I don't care if you're verified. Like, who are you? You're some
Me
guy
neither.
on the internet. Like, shut the
I don't
fuck
even know
up,
you.
bro.
Yeah.
Hookup culture, man. Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck, bro.
You're not trying to hook up, bro?
Nah, nah.
What about with me? Me and you could hook up.
That's not a hookup, bro.
Yeah. But
Um,
anyway,
yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it.
nothing on protest?
Did I not say nothing about don't protest? I mean, I kind of said it when you were talking about protests.
Yeah.
Film
Yeah.
it, film it. All right, it's gonna be on our Twitter
On our OnlyFans.
or
Oh, yeah, our
OnlyFans.
Twitter, actually, because we can just put anything we want on there,
Whatever you
apparently.
want on Twitter. For $8, you get to put longer form video too. So
Ah, there we go.
it's marketing
Keep your eyes
itself here,
peeled.
B.
Keep your eyes peeled. We'll call it, what was that Generator Rex and Ben 10 thing called again?
I have
That
no idea what you're
crossover
talking
we
about.
had?
I have no idea what the crossover was called.
What was that shit called again? I don't remember. Something to Heroes. Heroes
The
something.
Heroes United.
Heroes United. That's what we'll name it. Or we could
We
call
got
it
a
something.
cosplay while we do it.
Yeah, we call it something else that begins with an H and ends with an S.
Nah.
United.
Heroes United. Yep. It was called Heroes United. That was wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I feel about protests. I'm not paying for only. No, it's gonna be free on OnlyFans. Don't worry.
Free.
Yeah,
You're not trying to. Nah, bro. That's some
you
premium.
can have a free OnlyFans, but you gotta pay for like certain things. So like most of the content's free, but then it's like you like what you see,
Uh,
pay for the extra bit.
okay.
That's what
So
some people do.
I could be like, I could,
Oh
I'd
yeah,
be like, watch me play with this sausage, and it's actually me playing with an actual
yeah, but you're
sausage.
not Bella, so no one's gonna fall for it more than once. You know.
Yeah, that's stuff that's free though. Like they'll see me preparing a sausage, about to like this is gonna be a good
Bro,
sausage.
just make the OnlyFans and it's just you cooking. It's just you
That
cooking.
would be hilarious. I
People have
actually
done
want to
that.
do.
People like women do have OnlyFans of just cooking, which is kind of
Yeah, but
wild.
I want to make it seem like it's gonna be sexual,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
everything's
That's
just
true.
me preparing different foods.
But
Everything.
yeah. That's
Well,
it.
anyways, Vanguard out. Catch us. Raytron out too. Raytron has to go get his repairs at the shop.
Yeah, I need to get some
But anyway,
oil actually. So I'll
so,
catch you. I'll catch you guys later.
yeah.